amazing strand of Ethiopian opal plain rounds, and so much more. You need to be watching. It's gonna be a cracker. Get it? Cracker? Christmas cracker? It's easy to stay in touch with JewelleryMaker. You can like our Facebook page and join a community of over 65,000 people. You can follow us on Twitter and tweet us your messages and opinions, send photos of your designs and enter our Wall of Fame competition. Or if you need any help or advice, you can email our friendly help team. Make sure to get involved and stay up to date with JewelleryMaker.
At JewelleryMaker, we are always looking at ways to provide you with a fantastic shopping experience. With this in mind, we'd like to welcome you to our new pre-order option. Selected items throughout the day will be put on display and made available for pre-order. When the presenter informs you that the pre-order service is available on an item, this is your chance to pop it into your online basket or speak to one of our brilliant call centre team members and be one of the first to secure your purchase.
JewelleryMaker course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to book towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. JewelleryMaker. Create, wear, share.
Hello and welcome back. It is The Late Show with myself and the gorgeous Jem. Hello, darling.
All right, treasure.
How are you? I'm good, thank you.
Good, I'm good too, thank you, sweetheart.
Can't we just take a look at the Amber Queen?
It has got a little bit of amber in it.
Realistically,
it's just an excuse to wear a tiara.
Exactly.
Because if you can, why wouldn't you?
Why would you need an excuse to wear a tiara? Just wear a tiara.
Well, I needed to legitimise it somehow, and I thought, it's got amber in it, it's Amber Weekend, let's do it.
Fair enough. Well, you can come on the show with me anytime you like with anything on your head.
Excellent, thank you very
As long
much.
as we're allowed to have whatever it is on your head.
Brilliant. Sounds good.
Yeah.
So not a cat then?
No.
Okay, no cats on my head.
Even if the cat wants to be there, it's going to be a no. I think there would be some health and hygiene issues with that.
Potentially, yeah.
Anyway, there will be no cats in this show tonight. It is, of course, the Amber Weekend, so we have lots and lots of unbelievably good deals.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah, it's the same one I use every single time. So if you're new to this, it's brilliant. And if you're not new to this, I'm sorry I've used the same joke again. It's not going to change. It will be the same joke next time as well. But the deals are phenomenal. And there are going to be a little few items that are not amber, and that's because I'm a little bit greedy. And I like things like lepidolite and moldavite, and there's a few bits that I just kind of went, but I need them in the show. And Becky quite kindly went, all right then. Now, apparently it was as creepy as that as well. So Adam is saying there. So I'm going to start off with, guess what we're going to start off with? 3 guesses?
Is it an amber piece?
How did you guess?
It's just a stab in the dark.
What you did a very good job on that one. It is an amber piece. I did have to hold my tongue back there. I was going to say, unbelievably, it is.
Oh.
I'm not apologising this time. That's it. That's all I have. One joke. That's it. This one's gorgeous, though. And that is no joke. Take a look at this little sweetie.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Now, Becky has already bought the price on the screen. You're not even giving us a slight... Yeah, you did. You're not even giving us a slight chance to show the item before she's there going, no, there's not enough. There's not enough. We might as well put the price on the screen. It's just going to go. We're not going to stop there, though. I think we should squeeze it under 10.
Can we?
I reckon so.
That's a great way to open a
Yeah,
show.
why not? Let's start the show with a bang.
Oh, I love it.
Please give me another Amber joke, please. That is a text message for today. If you can find me some alternative to the Amber joke that I have been using pretty much since I started here, goodness knows how many years ago.
44 million years ago.
44 million years ago. Please send me alternative Amber jokes. 60777 is the number to be sending your messages through to. It's Saturday.
It's Saturday.
It's Amber Day. And I have one joke and that's it. So please help. £8.95 is the price we're looking at on this one. Now this would be beautiful just as a ring.
Oh, it would be lovely. Very, very simple to craft a ring with some sterling silver wire.
Could you do it with just one wire? You know how they've got those really funky ones where it just curves over on the edges, and that'd work, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I don't see why not. Yeah, that'd be lovely. It'd be brilliant on the back of the wrist, or you could really expand on it, go to town, put a little bit of wire weaving above and below. Because of the beautiful swooshes either side of that piece of amber in the middle, it looks a bit like an eye. And eye pieces are always, for me, quite good sellers. You kind of go for the dragon's eye or something very similar.
Brilliant.
Also, amber's a lovely colour, isn't it, in and of itself? That sort of tone of amber's really popular.
It is. It's the classic, isn't it? I mean, when we think of amber, we think of that rich, deep sort of not quite. It's an orangey colour, but it's more. It's got more brown overtones in it. It's more of that almost a sienna kind of feel to it.
It's almost an autumnal.
Yes.
But sunshine.
Yeah.
It's any time of the year kind of piece to wear.
Yeah. Love it. I'm going to leave that there with you. Box number 6. I'm bringing it. Take a look at this. Isn't this beautiful? I love the fact it's in a gold colour, because normally it's a silver colour that we get constantly.
It is.
That's the classic, isn't it? It's the amber in silver.
Which is wonderful, but that's absolutely amazing because it's magnifying the sunlight element within the cab.
Yeah, it's really highlighting it, isn't it? And the spangles that you get in the centre.
Yes.
Love the spangles.
They are kind of shards of sunlight stored forever.
Yes.
Postcard from the
really
past.
Lovely. It's got a really honey feel.
It's a bit like that very beautiful yellow bear that loves his honey.
I was thinking exactly of that.
And you think back to when you were small and you used to read those books and that was a drip of honey on the side of a tree and you'd know where this particular bear had been.
Yes, and he gets stuck in with all the bees. How about, just for that nostalgia's sake, how about we do another under 10? Gold-plated sterling silver. So you've got that luxurious 18-karat gold over the sterling silver. It's set beautifully. So actually, the way it's been set is to show off as much of that light dancing inside as possible. Can you see the open back there? You almost don't see that it's got the gold on the sides. It almost looks like it's just the top and bottom and it's suspended between them. Beautifully done.
It's very, very beautifully set. It's designed to just kind of increase the beauty of the amber itself, just with a little touch of elegance.
£8.95. It's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. I'm thinking earrings. I'm just questioning something because what we've got on the screen at the moment doesn't have a little extra bit at the bottom. But the close-up does. I've got the right one, so it's not the one in the close-up, it's this one that we're looking at. It is the pendant, not the connector.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But if you wanted to, you could run a bar of gold-plated sterling silver down the back if that was something that you wanted to kind of add on the bottom. It wouldn't be difficult to make it as a component with more dropping down.
I thought you were asking me to run then.
We talked about this earlier. I don't run, I power stride.
Yes. I had to run today.
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
are you okay?
Probably why the sciatica's playing up in a very awkward place. But yeah, it's my daughter's first sports day. She's 1.5. Which made me go, how do you do a sports day for a 1.5? So she did very well at walking and then cried because she wanted to go to her dad. So we ended up going to her dad instead. So she almost got to the finish line. She put a beanbag in a hoop and
Yay!
then I had to run with the other mums. And I had to do egg and spoon as well. I didn't win either of them.
Ah.
It was good fun though.
At my primary school, we used to do what was called the slow bicycle race.
The what?
And you had a little course over the grass, and you had to go as slowly as possible, but without putting your feet down. So you didn't have to be quick, you had to be balanced.
Oh,
It's very good, very inclusive for us non-sporty types.
I think I'd be useless at that as well. Just not good at these things.
I could leave your stabilisers on, it'd be fine.
Yeah, I still need stabilisers now. I've been on a bike twice. There was 15 years gap in between being on this bike. It's not that it was the same bike, it was the same bike. The first time I went over the handlebars into oncoming traffic, and the second time I went over the handlebars, hitting the curb both times, over the handlebars and tore a huge chunk out of my knee.
Ooh. So the key here is to look where you're going for curbs.
No, the key here is don't get on a bike. Don't let me on a bike. So this time we are getting Baltic Amber in this gorgeous round shape. Perfect kind of feel to, I'm thinking reenactments. I'm thinking Vikings, I'm thinking Roman soldiers, I'm thinking all of that kind of stuff.
Because you've got that beautiful rope work going around the outside, it would lend itself to reenactment or vintage jewellery pieces. It'd be brilliant as the centre of a brooch. You could kind of further enhance it, couldn't you, if you wanted to?
Or a hat pin.
It'd be lovely as a hat pin.
Do we still have hat pins? Do people still wear hat pins?
I made some hat pins a couple of months ago, so I hope so.
Well, if not, we will find out. We're going to do under 10 again for you on this one. It's going to be amazing. Just think about it. Whether you are using it as pendant earrings, hat pins. Someone somewhere's got to wear a hat pin, haven't they?
Absolutely.
Still got to be in fashion somewhere. And brooches. I think you hit the nail on the head with that. Oh, cufflinks.
Cufflinks would be interesting. I'm sure you could find a way to kind of almost prong set it.
Yes.
And then you can choose where you're coming away with your wire work.
Yeah.
And because it's the solid sterling silver, if you wanted to cut the little loop at the top off, you can cut that and file it smooth, and it would look like it was meant to be that way.
Yeah. I do love the look of this. I'm thinking a ring, though. I am thinking.
Why wouldn't you if you could? Be beautiful.
If you would, you could. So let's see. How nice is that?
Absolutely spot on. And if you were to go to even a fair to middling high street or chain store, to get an amber of that dimension set into a sterling silver ring, I can see it being sort of £60 and upwards.
Love that look. Sorry I sound slightly manly today.
You don't.
Not as bad as I did at the beginning of the week.
Are you a tad husky?
I was more than a tad husky. I genuinely sounded like a man. Really did. Next up. Ooh. Next up, we have... Probably shouldn't have done that. This one's really lovely because it's almost two-sided. Well, it is two-sided. So on one side, you've got these lovely tendrils of a tree. How beautiful is that? But if you don't want to wear it like that, you turn it round.
And you've got your secret tree.
Oh, yes.
I absolutely adore that. That is beautiful. I need that in my life.
I've got some bad news, unfortunately, on this one then. There is 27 of them remaining in the vault, and that is it. That's not just allocated for this show. That's it in the vault. 27. No more than that. So if you see it, like it, you love it, you want it, today is the day. Don't look at me like that, Jem. There is nothing I can do about it.
If I was to take some little 6mm jump rings and connect 27 of them together, wouldn't that be a really beautiful necklace?
Oh, that would be amazing. You could alternate it, so one was facing forward and then the other one was facing back.
Exactly what I was going to say.
£9.95, another under £10. That's going to go, isn't it?
Yes.
That's going to be gone very, very quickly. Put it in your basket, check your baskets out. Don't forget you still have your one postage and package right up until 12 midnight. So if you do want to order this, add it to your order or start an order if you haven't already done so. And if you've never tried us before, try us now for the first time. Remember, if you spend £4.95 or more, you do get that starter pack, which is amazing.
Oh, it's lots of goodies in the starter pack.
It's
Really
everything
brilliant.
you need, basically, everything you need. So you get a little, I want to say a wallet, it's not a wallet, it's a folder, isn't it?
Yeah.
You get a little folder and you get recipe cards in there, for jewellery, of course, not for things to eat.
No fudge.
No fudge, unfortunately. Oh, that'd be nice though, wouldn't it? You also get a DVD. You get a breakdown of all the different components that you need to use in jewellery making. So if you're a complete beginner, you'll know everything in and out by the end of it. It also gives you a findings pack. It gives you a threading pack, and it gives you your tools, 3 tools in particular: a chain nose plier, a flat nose plier, and a side cutter.
You may get a round and a chain. I can't actually remember
Oh, right,
without looking
okay.
at
In
it.
that case, it probably is a round and a chain then.
I think so, because that would be super handy.
I do apologise. It is a round nose plier and a chain nose pliers, not flat nose pliers. Why did I say flat?
I don't know.
It's because it's you and you nom with them normally, don't you?
I do nom with the flat-facing chain nose bent tip pliers, which is a real mouthful. That's why we nom with them.
Yeah, say that fast a few times.
It gets worse.
You do not need to be qualified in pronouncing any of the equipment that you will be using when you're making jewellery.
You absolutely don't know. And you really only need to be able to sort of open and close a jump ring or feed through some beading material or threading material, which you get in the starters pack.
Yep.
Use your crimps and you can utilise this piece in your very first piece of jewellery.
Exactly.
Wouldn't that be fantastic? Your first piece of jewellery contains not just a precious metal, but one of those pieces of, we refer to it sometimes as a gemstone and sometimes as an organic, but one of the most popular and well-loved pieces ever.
Yeah.
Amber's just beloved,
Yeah.
isn't it?
But it is, it's timeless. It's a timeless classic. And I can't see that changing.
No.
Really can't see that changing. Next up, well done if you did manage to get a hold of that, by the way. Oh, hello! I love that sound. Just bear with me.
That's making me feel quite festive.
It is Christmas in July coming up. You have no idea how excited I am about that. Bet you couldn't tell that or anything. We have got connectors for you, lots and lots and lots of connectors for you here. Are you listing things for Christmas in July? Ah! Why are you telling me and say I can't tell anyone? How do you do this to me? It's not fair. Really? Oh, okay. They're teasing me now. They're teasing me. Right, Christmas in July is coming up next week, I believe. Next week. Oh! We have got here, however, it does feel like Christmas, and it does sound like Christmas when you roll them around like you did. So we've got green amber, we've got your orange amber, or honey amber as I call it, and then your lemon amber there as well. Lots and lots and lots of them. 10 of them in the pack, all surrounded by gorgeous sterling silver. Now I'm thinking the lovely tree that we just saw with loads of these, you know, you were going to connect all 27 of them.
Yeah.
Well, maybe intersperse them with these.
Yeah, you could have that on the wrist as well then, so just one tree piece and then a couple of those either side, and then maybe a little bit of chain mail or maybe a bit of chain, maybe a bar of silver wire.
You keep
Lovely.
mentioning these bars. What are the... Are you meaning like when you get a strip of the silver and you're putting the holes in yourself and you're...
You can do, or sometimes we're able to bring the little bars with pre-punched holes,
okay,
and that
right,
would be handy.
Yeah. Yes.
Or you could just kind of put a little section of maybe a 1.25mm silver wire with hooks on the end.
That'd be brilliant.
That'd be really, really easy way to kind of connect into
Yeah.
these.
Yeah, yeah.
They've got a good size in the loop either side. I'm pretty sure you can get a 1.25 through them, which is nice and sturdy on the
Yeah.
wrist.
It would actually, now you said wrist, these would really look nice as a bracelet.
They'd look beautiful.
6 chances remain on this one, which means they are extremely limited, and it is just £19.95 for all 10 of them, which is remarkably, remarkably good. Seriously remarkably good. Especially when you're thinking about the quality of the amber that you're getting there, and the fact you've got the different colourways. It's not just one colourway that you're going for here. It is your oranges, it is your yellows, it is your greens. 4 orange, 3 green and 3 yellow. They are gorgeous, aren't they? Gonna leave those final 2 there with you. Now next. Guess what we got coming up next, Jem?
Oh, let me think. Is it an amber component?
Maybe. Yes, it is, yes. She's getting good at this, isn't she? Getting good, she's really good at this. So, we are looking at... She is unbelievable at this. Has anybody sent any new jokes in, please? No. So you want me to stick with that one? I have the only one. There isn't really anything else I can think of. The look on Jem's face says it all. Right, there's a final 13 of these ones, and this is your triple coloured oval connector. I'd like this just as a pendant, not as a connector. Or earrings.
That would be sumptuous, wouldn't it? And you could change it up a little bit, have one graduating the direction you have now, wear the other earring the other way up. If it's a connector and there's loops at either end.
Topsy-turvy.
Yeah, you could play sort of traffic lights.
It'd be slightly different because this side has got just a little bar, whereas this side's got a loop. There it is.
Wonderful. You've got options to play with, haven't you?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And I actually like it from the back. The reverse looks really nice.
Something that I always think of when we're able to bring our sterling silver connectors and components like this. The attention to detail on the reverse. The silver is finished impeccably. There are no rough bits. There are no bits that haven't been fully polished. There's no fire scale. There's no blobs of solder sticking out.
Yeah.
They are absolutely immaculate. And that in itself is, you know, what draws me in. And then you've got all that beautiful amber as well.
There's a reason we've sourced this particular amber and this particular craftsmanship, because the quality has always been exceptional, no matter how long ago it was that we got it or how recent. The quality hasn't changed. And sometimes when you're buying from certain merchants, there might be a variation in the quality, but this one never has. It's always been top notch. It's always been incredibly beautiful. You've got those wonderful, I want to say streaks, those little lines of silver running through it, and they are smooth, they are gorgeous, they are pristine. You can see that for yourself, even on the back. 7 chances, £11.95.
Fantastic.
Which is brilliant price. I'd be happy to pay that for just one of these, let alone all 3.
And to think that they've been put together and there's a jointed
Oh
part
yes,
in there,
it's,
which is really, it's quite tricky to make it all come together and to keep that fluidity.
It moves beautifully. That is fabulous, isn't it? Love it, love it, love it. Now next up, ooh. Now we did have a close-up earlier on of a connector, which was in gold. Now this is the connector. So it's very similar to the pendant that we saw earlier on, which is sterling silver with the gold plating over it. And this time, it's got a little bit at the top and a little bit at the bottom. And it's the final 23 of these. See it, like it, love it, grab it with both hands.
So if you were fortunate enough to grab hold of the gold pendant earlier,
Yes.
I would very much be interested in having the 2 of them together.
Bracelet.
You could go for bracelets, you could sort of connect either side with this, but I would want to make a really large feature neck piece and have one of these on either collarbone, maybe 2 of them either side, coming down to the pendant drop in the centre.
That would be really lovely.
It'd be sumptuous.
That would be really
Absolutely
lovely, yeah.
gorgeous.
Yeah. So 21 by 8 millimetres. It's gold-plated sterling silver. Ooh. And it's the final handful again. We are very, very limited on each and every single one of the items we have in the show today. £7.95, under 10 again.
That's amazing.
It is amazing.
That's not just a smidge under 10, that's
No.
properly.
That's under 10.
That's limboed under 10.
Oh yeah. It's bent over backwards over to under 10, not over 10, under 10. £7.95, bargain of a price point. These are the kind of prices that you don't expect to see in the industry because they are so good. They're really genuinely brilliant. Now, did I tell you there was a, you know when you get your magazines and sometimes you get a catalogue which is free in the magazine. There was the company I worked for previously. They had a beautiful brooch,
Yeah.
amber, sterling silver amber.
Lovely.
And I can't remember what price they were doing it for, but it wasn't a lot. It was a very, I think it was under 20. It was a ridiculously, no, it might have been £29.99, ridiculously low in comparison to what it should be. It was about £60, the same one.
Wow. That's
in the
amazing.
catalogue.
Yeah. You do sort of come across these things sometimes and it brings into perspective,
Yeah.
in my opinion, the value of the bits and pieces that we're able to bring, the component parts, which are fantastically easy to kind of add into your slider bracelets and so on
Yeah.
and so forth, and then, you know, gifting, selling as you
Yeah.
prefer, or have like 9 of them, you know.
I think we do get a little bit blasé, don't we, about how good the prices are.
It's easy to kind of forget what it is we're looking at, and I thoroughly enjoy going just, you know, once every couple of months or so around the town, looking at the jewellers that are local to me, able to see a range of your bargain basement high street, your middle of the range, your upper end, and then your boutiques. Have a look and do look at the especially the pearls, the amber, and some of the other kind of boutique gemstones that we bring. It's amazing to be able to see what we're paying for our goodies compared to what they're sort of priced at in the market.
Yeah. I'm not allowed to go shopping with my friends anymore. Just refuse.
That's a bit rude.
Well, to be fair, I understand. I can be a bit unbearable, but there we are. Baltic Cognac Amber, so it's that gorgeous, sumptuous, almost a toffee-like amber. That is the noise of toffee.
Is that what toffee sounds like?
Yeah.
See, I would have thought it sounded like...
That's more caramel.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
No, toffee's definitely... So you've got, and it's a rich, almost like if you've ever, I want to say cooked sugar. It's not really, it's melting sugar, isn't it, rather than cooking it. You know, when you put it on the hob,
you bring it to
else.
sort of the boil.
Yeah, and it starts to bubble. It's that kind of look that you're getting as you're tempering it. I think that's the right term for it. You've got this beautiful, look, can you see it there? It's almost like you're looking into a galaxy where the light hovers underneath the surface from those sun spangles or star spangles. Sun spangles are referred to as.
I think it's sun spangles in amber.
Yeah, it is. Sun spangles.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Down to pressure and heat, you get those. Highly desirable. But it does look like someone's just thrown a load of glitter in it, doesn't it?
Yes. Which is great fun, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's so desirable to get those little marks in there. If you get sort of the amber of this colour, that's what you want to be seeing, those gorgeous little sun spangles just twinkling in the light. It's 30 by 6mm and it's under 10. Bargain.
It's a lot of amber and a lot of silver and a lot of work. That's absolutely fabulous.
I'm going to show you the back again, talking about a lot of work and a lot of silver and a lot of amber. But if you look at that look, even the back, we were talking about it earlier, the quality of the silver. The silver craftsmanship on this is absolutely brilliant. The amount of times I've come across pendants and rings where they've got a hollow back, which is not a bad thing, but you are not getting as much silver.
Yeah.
This is just solid all the way around. You can see that. Yes, you've got the gaps in the centre there, and that's purposely done to allow the light to interact better with the gemstone, because the last thing you want is a closed back. You want to see those gorgeous sparkles, don't you? Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Amber does appreciate light, but it appreciates firelight as much as candle light, as much as daylight, your natural light it adores, but it also performs beautifully in the stark white light of the studio.
I think it performs well in any light, really, doesn't it?
It does.
Gorgeous little number. I'd like to turn that into a ring because it looked really nice, elongating the finger.
Oh, down the finger, yes, that would be amazing. You could, if that was a bit too bold for you, you could also utilise it in a ring to wrist adornment and just have it sort of draped across the back of the hand.
I'm thinking in the centre of the forehead as a...
I'm literally always thinking of that with anything that we bring to wear.
Really?
Yeah, seriously, we had that Soda Light
Yes,
paperweight
yeah,
last
yeah.
time. I'm like, yeah, stick it on your forehead, why not? But that would be really beautiful.
That would be problematic. You would need a lot of heavy chain to keep that in place.
Kind of walk around like this a bit.
You get a crick in the neck.
You would get a crick in the neck.
It was massive. It was massive.
It was a paperweight size.
It was brilliant. I loved it. What was the next one? Sorry, darling. Woo. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, hello.
Cheeky, cheeky. Cheeky, cheeky, cheeky.
I'm going to show you the front to start like. I'm going to show you the front. Why not? Oh dear. So to start, I shall be showing you the front. Because that's always a good place to start. How pretty is that?
Oh, that's delightful. I've not seen that one before.
Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. No, no. That's why I showed you the front first.
Actual aghastness. Wow.
Earrings.
Yes, perfect. Because you will sort of see them
Yeah.
tilting and turning as you move your head.
I would like that side as a bracelet. That would be beautiful.
Amber feels beautiful on the skin.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of beliefs connected to wearing amber directly on the skin,
Yeah.
which you can do your own research, draw your own conclusions about. But I think that's beautiful that way as well. I think I'd be inclined to wear it that way and just have the secret amber for me.
Yeah. I love this. This is such a genuinely beautiful design. You've got those tendrils, almost like, not quite ivy, but almost like vines.
They are, yeah.
Just creeping around and capturing it and holding it into place. And that carries on through to the front section there, where you have that whole just plinth of amber. A slab of amber. Now, we are going to go to the lowest ever price, believe it or not, on this one, which is ridiculous. And that is ridiculously good. $14.95. Look at the size of the amber as well. It's not a shy amber. This is a whopping great big 21 by 16 millimetres.
Oh my gosh, that's vast.
It is.
I remember being commissioned to make an amber pendant a little while ago. And at the time, at JewelleryMaker, we didn't have very much amber.
No.
It was kind of one of those bare patches. So I went to a very well-known website where you can buy anything and everything from around the world. And I found a 20mm amber round cabochon for £80 and a 25mm round amber cabochon for £95.
Wow.
Yes. So when we can bring something like this that's in a precious metal with another precious metal on top, it always makes me sort of stop and think that's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunning.
That is really impressive. Really impressive.
And I've still got them saved on my little list of wishes.
Yeah.
Just to remind me
Yeah.
what's out there and how good this is.
I like the fact it moves as well.
Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it? That's so clever. So if you're feeling a little bit nervy, maybe, you can take it's like a variation on a spinner ring, just gives you something to take your mind off.
That would be me gone all day. That would be me gone all day. It has now brought us, though, up to Star Buy time, which is amazing. Hello, hello, hello. Now this is pretty. I'm thinking popcorn chain, and I'm thinking that's it, done.
Spot on, absolutely perfect.
simplest, and most effective piece of jewellery done in 5 seconds.
Absolutely.
Jump ring, done.
Oh, that's beautiful. It's those clean lines of silver work
Yep,
again.
it's down to that silver work again. It's always, this is the one reason we chose the particular craftsman who does these. It's magical to see just, well, you can see it for yourself, can't you? There's the movement of light, there's that simplicity of effect. It's the way they fit the amber so beautifully on the silver work, still allowing the light to go through the amber so it's not impeded in any way. It's the strength of the silver as well. It's not shy silver, it's not small slithers. We're talking about weighty, beautiful, sumptuous silver work on each and every single one of these. And it's versatile. You don't have to listen to me with the popcorn chain. I'm just, you know, I'm lazy.
But it is an effective, if you're brand new, easy, accessible, successfully sellable kind of design to go for. But I'd like to see that on maybe 3 or 4 very fine lengths of chain creating a choker, and just have that in the subjugular notch, whatever it's called, that bit.
I remember we did find the name for that, and I also remember that I forgot the name of that.
I forgot the name of it as well, but lots of other layers of chain coming away and around the neck. That would be beautiful.
That's
really
going
effective.
to bug me now.
It's the subcarotid notch, subjugular. It's a medical, that bit. It looks really pretty.
The opposite of the nape of your neck. The front nape. Should be £12.95. Not going to be £12.95 today. Oh, a ring. It would go nice. Goodness, it's a ring. Would it? It would. It'd get very nice as a ring. See it? It'd go really nicely as a ring.
Oh, that's beautiful. You could disassemble it if you wanted to.
Why do you say these things?
Because you could.
I suppose at £8.95 you definitely could, couldn't you?
Because you've got those sort of rings of silver which you can utilise for so many things afterwards if you wanted to. Set a gemstone within, or set a bit of resin within, put your Swarovski or your cerulean. Lots of ways that you can utilise it, not just the way that it's kind of presented.
I know, but it feels wrong to say snip it, basically. Buy this beautiful, beautiful item, then take a pair of shears to it and...
No, we would go very gently with some flush cutters, or preferably with a nice, sharp hacksaw blade.
Would it go with flush cutters? It is quite a substantial amount of silver there.
If it's under your sort of 1.25 kind of gauge,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
I've got stunt flush cutters, which I accidentally, once upon a time, used on something I ought not have used them on.
Stunt flush cutters?
Yeah, so they don't operate quite properly as flush cutters anymore, so I kind of use them to test, will this work on this gauge of whatever the new thing is? And
Oh, that's a nice
Yeah.
idea.
so that you know that you're not going to ruin your proper flush cutters. You only kind of do that once, so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. If you do want to cut it up, it's entirely up to you, but please be aware you will not be able to put it back together in exactly the same way as you had it originally. So the choice is yours. But I love it. No, I'm sticking with mine. Sticking with, that's it.
Oh, good for you.
Lazy making.
Why wouldn't you? Because it's simple and it's very attractive. It's not like it's a lazy person's way out and the end result is, The end result is, yay!
I love the fact you're trying to excuse my laziness.
Not in the slightest, it's true.
I know it's true, I'm lazy, I am. There we are. 0800 644 655 is the number to be dialing. Get it while you can. £8.95. It is just sumptuous, though. You've got a beautiful piece of amber in the centre. You've got a brilliant amount of craftsmanship on the sterling silver. The way the silver just cups around the amber itself. And have you noticed there's a little wiggle? Still sticking with that sort of organic feel, the tree-like tendrils going around it. And that's one of the things I love about this, again, the silver work on it. It always goes back to reminding you as to what this gemstone originally was.
Yes.
It isn't organic. It does come from a tree. It is the sap of a very specific type of tree. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
And it's a tree that doesn't exist anymore, isn't it? It's a particular type of coniferous.
It's a particular type of tree which was around about 60 million between. There's different ones. So you've got, if you're looking at 20 million years, you're looking at more of the corpal.
Yeah.
So it's a softer, non-fossilised, I suppose, amber. Immature amber. And then you're going down, the older it is, the more it is. And there are different regions. So there is amber from other regions. And it all is down to the time frame, but I can't remember off the top of my head. There's like millions of years difference in between each of them. But they're named different things.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'd heard of copal, but...
yeah, that's just a young amber.
Immature.
It's an immature teenage amber. Soft and moody. It is a softer amber because it is younger. There we are. Right, so what was the next one? Ooh! Ooh, ooh, ooh. Adam says, soft and moody like me. Oh, I've missed you. I have. Right. If you have a look at this one, we're going away from that kind of... Almost is and almost isn't. It's kind of taken away from the tree theme, although it isn't at the same time, because you have got these little curls all the way around it, which could be like vines.
Yeah.
Ivy when it curls round.
When it's on a building, especially.
When it's destroying the brickwork.
Do you speak of something very familiar to you right now?
Yes. When you try and take it off and it takes the whole fascia with it.
That's not fun.
No. And when it kind of sucks to the window.
That's just the best impression of an ivy sucker I've ever seen.
I love this stuff. I think it's brilliant. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Ivy is beautiful. But it does tend to just go... You missed that one. But you have got those tendrils going around. So although it is almost like...
Well, it can be what you want it to be. There's an element of kind of knotwork.
That's what I was
slightly
thinking.
Celtic. Or it could be rope work. It could be slightly oceanic.
I was thinking more of the boats. And I was trying to think of what the knot name is. There's a specific knot that they use, isn't there?
There's lots of them and they all confuse me.
It reminds me of the knot the sailors use.
A half hitch?
I don't know if it's a half hitch. I
That's
genuinely
just
can't
the only
remember.
knot I can actually remember the name of, so sorry.
Yeah, it'll be that one. Other knots are available. £10.95. It has got kind of an oceanic feel to it, which again ties in really nicely with the amber, because amber is not an average gemstone that you mine out of the ground. You tend to sort of go fishing for it. Does that make sense?
That's my kind of fishing.
Yeah. What are you fishing for today, my lovely? I'm just going to go and get some amber. Oh, goldfish then. No, amber. It's basically under a lot of water, so you kind of have to churn and churn and churn and churn.
And they sometimes use washing machines to do it.
Really? I didn't know that.
You take the washing machine apart and you take the drum and the motor that runs the drum and the way it kind of cycles the water up and draws it through. It's fascinating. I'm sure if you go to one of those websites where they stream videos, you'll be able to see somebody using a washing machine to mine amber.
See, I've not seen that one before.
Oh, it's brilliant.
I've seen them using big sticks and things like that, but not...
It's obviously not a great big washing machine. It's the innards of a washing machine, so the drum and the motor.
I'm never going to look at my washing machine in the same way again.
Please don't take your own washing machine down to the beach and expect to find amber, because that probably won't end well.
No, that will end really badly. Really badly. I did go jet hunting, though, when I went to Whitby with a little one.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, have I just picked up the same one as before? Oh. Okay. It's a similar design to the one before. It's not got a connector on it, though. Oh, no, it says it's not the one. This is the pendant version. It's bigger. There we are. It's because I saw the tree again.
Did you get excited?
I did.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, it can't be because I've already picked this one up. No, I haven't. It's a bigger one than the connector. There were 27 of the connectors. and they are gorgeous. Slightly smaller. Now, the good news is Gem is looking lovingly at the big screen in front of her.
I love it.
It's bigger, and there are more of them. Hey! There's 50, was it 57? 53, sorry, 53 of these available. That doesn't mean they're going to be hanging around for much longer, though. It's one of those items that is very, very popular, as you can imagine. So on one side, you've got the tree, and on the back, oh, isn't that beautiful?
That's like a setting sun. You know, you see images of the African savannah and the sun is going down.
I think my glass of water's leaking.
I think it is because you've not spilt it, and
No,
it's just,
I've not
it's
spilt
just
it. We've
making
noticed
it a
there is
bid
a
for freedom.
huge stream of water coming from the bottom of it. There we are. Always me. Thankfully, there's no stream coming out of this one. However, there is only 53. I'm thinking earrings again.
They would be beautiful because amber is so lightweight. Its density is such that you can have a great big chunk of it
Yeah.
in the ear, and it's still very, very comfortable. Obviously, you do have the element of silver work here, but I mean, you've got the piece in hand. Would you consider that to be?
Is it hefty?
Yes.
Hefty? No. Absolutely not.
I'd wear it as earrings.
It's really lightweight, which is what's so beautiful about it. Really lightweight.
Sorry.
What's just happened there?
A small walk-on path.
I was laughing at them through the window.
It was £14.95. It's still available. Don't worry, you can still get a hold of it. Kerry's just taken the limelight there, or the amber light.
Ah, that was a new one, and you did it all by yourself without any help.
It was a new one. There we are. It is start by time. Hello, welcome back. It is the evening of a Saturday, and it's been a lovely Saturday, hasn't it?
Oh, it's been gorgeous.
It's been amazing. It's been amazing. And I have got an amazing start by for you, which I think you're going to love. Amber is one of those iconic gemstones that you look at any part in history, and there's amber there somewhere. I mean, if you look at World War I, there was those famous amber rooms, weren't there? If you look at it, actually, it goes back further than that, where it was a gift. And the amber rooms were hidden under canvas. And when the Germans took over the palace, they managed to find them.
Okay.
They tried to hide them, but they found them, and they dismantled the panels, because it's literally floor-to-ceiling panels of amber. There's old pictures of them, I know. Just think of that at candlelight.
Oh my gosh.
Think of that in candlelight.
I'm afraid I'd be rubbing myself up against the walls.
Well, they were never found again.
Oh.
They've been recreated
Yeah.
at the cost of millions of pounds.
I would imagine
But
so,
yeah,
yeah.
They were never found again.
Oh gosh.
Never found again.
Wow.
They believe, you know, the trains that they reckon, there are trains somewhere where they're full of artworks and things like that have
Yes.
just never been re-found.
Okay.
They believe what one of those has.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Makes you want to go treasure hunting, doesn't it?
I think we should go to Switzerland.
Ooh. That'd be the real Lara Croft.
Yay! What's her sidekick called?
I don't know. Does she have one?
Yes, the Buttley bloke. The
The
butler.
butler.
Yeah,
know,
I can be your
Jeeves.
butler. I can buttle for you.
You can buttle for me any day you like, my lovely. We have got one gorgeous piece of amber there. You don't have to worry about going over to Switzerland or anywhere or having a butler to your side, or butley. We have got... I thought you were going to finish there. So you're not finishing at £12.95? No way, Jose. £8.95 is your price point. I haven't even shown you the back yet.
Oh my gosh, it's got really fancy work around the edges, hasn't it? Oh, that's beautiful.
Exactly.
So you see, I'm sort of seeing interlinking heart shapes, but I'm
Yep.
also seeing the chain. And a chain is, you can kind of connotate what you will to a chain, but it's almost like my family are joined by this.
I love this. This look, just the interweaving that you're getting on the sides of that sterling silver. It's almost haphazard, but not at the same time.
Because it's so smoothly finished.
Yeah.
It's very purposeful, but it does have an element of kind of organic growth to it.
It makes me think of Cthulhu. Just a completely random thing to throw in there, but it does. It does. Oh, yes. Oh, I've got a cheeky one. I love this one. Cheeky. Ooh. These are brilliant. Ooh. 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 How many of these have we got? 30. 30 chances. Check these out. Hello, agate slab with Drusy. Hello. Very summery agate slab. What about
Beautiful.
hello? Or even, ooh, hello.
I love that one, that's my favourite.
It's brilliant, isn't it? Wait. Hello.
It's like Terry Thomas is in the room.
Who's Terry Thomas?
Film star and TV show star from the 50s.
Oh, I'm not good with names. I don't remember.
He's a
my
very
name.
debonair gentleman with a moustache.
Oh, hello.
No.
Oh, yes. No, I know who you're on about, yes. That one's brilliant as well. It's got kind of almost a... feel like I'm in a coffee shop.
Oh, it is mocha latte-licious, isn't it?
Oh, yes. Oh, I love that. And if you want a little bit summery, again, a gorgeous canary yellow. A summery hello. Hello! That's a summery hello, isn't it? A 475 carats of multicoloured dyed agate. It is a multi-shape assortment, so I can't guarantee what shapes you're going to get. However, I can guarantee it's definitely 475 carats you will be getting for $39.95. I love this one.
That's beautiful.
You could quite easily do something amazing to this with wire work or even seed beading. And how much would you be charging for, say, a necklace?
If I was going to pop that into an intermediate level piece of wire work, I'd probably be looking to achieve between £40 and £60 for the one pendant. If I was going to add beadwork and make it a full necklace, it'd probably be closer to sort of £70 or £80. I think when you have a gemstone, yes, it's been dyed, but those effects within the striations are created by nature. The Drusy is created by nature. You've got something that you can talk to your clients about. It's interesting, it's fascinating. Everyone's different. They are something that people will stop and look at if you have a market stall or a shelf in a shop, perhaps.
It's the thing I like about dyed agate is you are making costume jewellery that's not costume jewellery.
Yes, exactly.
So you're following the trend and the fashion for these big, almost plastic items that you see, or even glass items that you see in high street stores, but you're actually using real gemstones.
Which is always wonderful.
Yeah. So it takes it that next level. That's what I love about something like an agate. You can get the bigger sizes, you can get the patterns in. Brilliant! Ooh, is that what I think that is? Guess what the gemstone is? Oh, it's already there.
See the
There we are.
colour.
Turquoise. That's a massive amount of turquoise. Turquoise plain rounds. Ooh, hello.
They're beautiful.
They really are. They really, really are. Just looking at the surface of each and every single one of these, and each one has a slight different tint to it. So some you're seeing more of the blue, some you're seeing a little bit of the green coming in, which is because it's a copper-bearing gemstone at the end of the day, and that's how the coloration is formed in this. So the more copper you get, the more of the greeny colours come through, which is really lovely. Really lovely. Ooh, $39.95. It's a huge quantity of turquoise. We do not see turquoise like this very often. You get it as shards quite frequently. Smaller pieces, you get it as well. But to actually have so many rounds, all 5mm each, and to have so many on an 18cm strand, I'm actually really impressed by that.
That's absolutely stunning. Really beautiful. I've been working quite a lot with turquoise lately.
I love turquoise.
It is. It's beautiful. It's heavenly. There's something about it when you're feeling it. It has kind of a waxen sensation to it, but it's very evocative in its colour, and the markings. You see sort of bits of the darker matrix within.
Yeah,
it can kind of transport you, and especially if you talk to your people about it.
Yeah,
and it's beautiful.
There are a lot of people who have a love for this gemstone. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Love the look of that. Now, do not go anywhere, because the next hour is going to be kit hour, and I think you're going to absolutely love this. Heavy on the amber and gorgeous on the eyes is what the kit's going to be today. You're going to love it. Gem's going to do a fantastic demo for us as well, and make sure you're checking your baskets out, because these items are very, very limited. So if you see it, you like it, you love it, grab it and check your basket out. So sit back, relax and get yourself a brew, and we shall see you in 2.
JewelleryMaker have an extensive range of DVDs for all abilities. Each of our mediums has an introductory DVD to help you get started. If you're already an experienced jewellery maker, we have a collection of projects and more advanced DVDs to take your designs to the next level. So visit our website for more information. JewelleryMaker, create, wear, share.
Love JewelleryMaker but don't have an account? You can now purchase items on the JewelleryMaker website through our guest checkout. To do so, select the products you wish to purchase and head over to the shopping basket. Simply enter your email address and select Continue as Guest below. After this, the checkout process is simple. Select your quantity and delivery option and then check out securely. Enter your billing details and either a credit card or PayPal account and proceed to payment. From here, you still have the option to create an account if you wish, making shopping online easier for you. JewelleryMaker, create, wear, share. you'd like more information on up and coming shows, you can view the programme guide on our website.
The Jewellery Maker phone is free from a UK landline, so call us today to place your order.
Hello and welcome back. This is the late night show of Jewellery Maker and it's Amber Weekend. So today I'm joined by the one and only gorgeous Jo.
Good evening and thank you for that, I think.
We have to give you some kind of introduction. Jo. My voice isn't up to scratch because I had a cold at the beginning of the week, and so for the first part of the week sounded very much like a man. Still sound very much like a man, but it's all good. It's all good. It'll be an interesting show. I'm going to bring to you something that is not amber. Unbelievably, it's true. It had to be in there. Come on, once an hour. Give me once an hour. Let me do it once an hour. Once an hour, is that all right?
That's fine.
I have wasted. Okay. Next hour. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to go with seed beads instead of amber because I wanted to mix it up a little bit, and there were a few items in this show that I just kind of went, please, please. So we're going to go with the turquoises. The turquoises and the blues, because it's all about the blue. We have got old blue eyes. Blue sapphire, light blue, turquoise green and cobalt Miyuki seed beads. So your cobalt is in 6.0. Your long transparent light sapphire AB magatamas are 4x7mm. And your opaque turquoise green seed beads are 8.0. And finally your silver lined light blue seed beads are 11.0. So a really good collection of sizes. There's loads there, isn't there? Particularly like the silver-lined light blue seed beads in 11.0.
They're so glossy, aren't they? Because you have that sort of silver lining up the middle. It really shines.
It was Christmassy. Had to say it. Had to put it in there. Gotta be a bit Christmassy. It's Christmas in July next week. I'm not allowed to.
You are indeed.
I'm still wearing my Christmas pyjamas at the moment.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
My festive pyjamas are so fluffy and thick that you can literally only wear them for about 2 weeks in the winter.
Can you?
They're really fur. It's like wearing a duvet.
Yeah, no, these are really light, and they were actually my husband's, but they shrunk in the wash.
They must have really shrunk.
They did. They're even small on me. I think it was me who washed them as well.
Ah, it was a plan.
I want those. They got candy canes on them.
Aww.
So if you want Christmassy or even sea breeze kind of feels to it, we can have summer in there, of course, because it does have those sea breeze feels. £9.95 for 4.
That's absolutely fantastic.
What?
Brilliant.
What? How does that work out per tub? £2.49. Oh my goodness. Stock up on this if you can. It's less than £3 a pot. You're getting all 4 pots. You've got all different sizes. You've got your magatamas in there as well. That is a selection not to be missed.
I totally agree. And it's a lovely colour combination as well. Every one
brilliant.
will work just as 2, but as a collection it works as well.
It's absolutely brilliant. I'm over the moon for it. I really am over the moon for it. Now I'd be wanting to pop. I want to mix them all together, but I do love these two together particularly. The magatamas and the light blues with the silver in the middle.
They're beautiful, aren't they? Something almost celestial there. Really lovely.
Or even those two together.
Slightly more aquatic, slightly tropical aquatic. Mamadial.
Mamadial. Mamadial. Marmalade.
What sort of fruit do you use to make your marmalade?
Clearly the wrong fruit. There we are. But it is 4 packs for £9.95. It's a great stock-up gift. I say gift because I'm still thinking of Christmas. Oh, it's so good! Sorry. But it's that time of year when you're a jewellery maker, you have to start thinking about it now.
You do, yeah.
Craft fairs come up very quickly, and if you don't have the stock to take to a craft fair, there's no point in doing a craft fair, is there? So if you start now, preparing for those later months where we're thinking, oh, I don't want to think about that now, it is the ideal time to actually think about it, sit down, do it.
So I'm planning and making for my November craft fair.
Yeah.
You have to kind of get ahead of the game,
No, you
otherwise
really
it creeps
do.
up on you.
Yeah, you really do. And it's surprising when you keep putting it off, because that's what I'm doing at the moment. I keep going, I'll do it tomorrow. And then something comes up and it never gets done tomorrow. It's always tomorrow. Always tomorrow. The problem is, it's a year later and it's still tomorrow. I need to do it tomorrow, really, don't I?
Possibly.
Well, I'm going to be here tomorrow, so. No, it just sit down, get it planned out, and have the most amazing time doing it.
Definitely. And those are just a real treat collection,
Yeah, they
colour-wise.
are.
Beautiful combination.
Yeah, they absolutely are. Oh, love them, love them, love them, love them. Now, there's loads of you there. Catherine, well done. Kay, well done. You've got 2 of these as well. Brenda's there, Valerie's there, Paul's there, Olive's there as well. Major congratulations to every single one who's managed to get a hold of them. They are a bargain, an absolute bargain. If you can get more than one, do get more than one, because they're just brilliant for that price point. Really brilliant. Ooh. Ooh, more cheeky cheekies. They ain't cheeky. They are full-blown loud. Final 24 chances on these ones. There is nothing slightly cheeky about these. The price will be, though. These are gargantuan. Look at the size of your citrine.
They're stunning, aren't they?
Absolutely. Look at the glow. More to the point, look at the glow. That's the beauty of citrine. When you get the bigger sizes, I mean, the smaller sizes still glow beautifully, but when you get the bigger sizes, because it amplifies light, it has a really good way of pinpointing light, which is why you shouldn't have quartz in your window.
In case you inflame something.
Exactly. It's almost like a magnifying glass. You know that not channels light. What's the word for it? Concentrates light. So it has this amazing glow. You can see it there for yourself. It is almost like it's on fire in its own right, and it emulates this wonderful, almost a happiness to it.
It's such a good combination to go with your amber as well. Love putting citrine, carnelian and amber at fire
they're
opal
perfect together, yeah.
Mm.
Oh yeah, fire opal. Ooh.
Thinking toasty, warm autumn thoughts.
I was thinking marmalade.
We're obsessed.
I am. I don't know why. I don't particularly like marmalade, but there we are.
I like the lime marmalade.
I like the look of marmalade. I think it looks brilliant. I've not tried lime marmalade.
Oh, it's lovely.
Is it? I want to ask what it tastes like, but I'm assuming lime.
It's very sweet, to be fair.
Well, we've got something very sweet for you. A price!
That's fantastic. Now, some of those...
Massive amounts. Sorry, my lovely.
No, I interrupted you. I do apologise. I was going to say some of those will go on your elastic, your beading elastic. Some of them don't quite. I've worked with the strand. They are absolutely stunning, up close and personal. Everyone has got a real personality.
Massive pieces for a tiny price point as well. That's the bit that I love about this. You could quite easily, if you went into a store, be looking at smaller sizes, or even just one of these. I'd be happy to pay you that for one of these, in fairness.
They are stunning. Absolutely glorious.
And each and every single one has a slightly different faceting to it. Some of them, here, if you look at this, you've got bars across the surface, whereas this one's got kite shapes.
So you know that the lapidurist has looked at it and thought, well, what's going to work best for this individual stone? Not taking it as we need a strand of such and such a cut.
Yeah.
They must all be cushiony. And he's gone, no, or she has gone, this one will suit a particular facet and shape. And
that's what's
cut
really
for
nice
beauty.
about it.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. So moldavite is a tektite. It's a glass, basically, formed by an asteroid hitting the Earth at such impact that it superheated the surface of the Earth, and then it supercooled. It cooled so quickly it was unable to crystallise, which is why it's a glass. So it's an amorphous stone that you're looking at, which means it has no crystal structure. And there's a very limited amount of this available in the world, thankfully, because I don't particularly want an asteroid or a meteor to hit the planet again in that kind of...
No, I love moldavite, but
Yeah.
I'd rather not be hit by a giant asteroid, if that's okay.
No. It's a fantastic, fantastic, fantastic gemstone. It's great if you love space. It's great if you love unusual gemstones. It's a great collector's gemstone, and it's really one of the most distinctive greens. It's not an emerald green. It's not a tourmaline green. It's not a...
There's no diopside tone
No,
there.
it's a very distinct, very dramatic green, and that's down to the environment, or not environment, because it was blasted by a giant rock. But it's one of the ultimate gemstones. And we've got 12 carats of it, all faceted, all in rondelles. If there was ever a moment for you to get your hands on the authenticity card, this is the stone to do it with. Oh my goodness me. This is going to be so good. This is going to be so good. We are, believe it or not, it is going to be considered, but nowhere near as considered as you would expect. We are going to take this under £100. I know. There's a handful of them. There's 4. That's it. It is amazing, because if you think about it, it's only a very shallow area. It's not like tanzanite that they're digging hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feet below the earth. This is a surface gemstone because that's how it formed. It formed very quickly under great trauma, I suppose, is the best way to describe it. I mean, we've got a massive rock hurtling at ridiculous speed towards the earth. It's found in the Czech Republic, but it didn't actually hit there originally. It hit in Germany and bounced. I suppose you can't really call it bouncing, can you, when it's a massive rock? But you know when you throw a pebble and sometimes it ricochets off? It ricocheted. That's
skipped.
the word. Yeah. Like you're skimming a pebble across the sea. This was a big boulder. And ended up in the Czech Republic. Imagine the destruction that would have caused.
Don't want to think about it.
But if it didn't, this stone wouldn't be there. And that's the beauty of it. You're looking at natural history right there.
Which is fascinating, and it's a whole extra level of people to interest. If you make to sell,
Yes.
or if you've got some very lucky friends and you make to gift, there's a whole other level of interest which will be not just because of the beauty, but because of the historical nature of it, and because it is elements from space.
Oh, it's one of the most amazing gemstones. Really, really is. Now, this next one is another one that I absolutely adore. I love all gemstones, of course, you know that. Because they're just amazing.
What's not to love?
Took my daughter into the Blue John Cavern, and that cavern is naturally formed by water, massive quantities, because apparently there was a sea. We're the furthest from the sea in Derbyshire, so there was a tropical sea there, of course. And it formed this cavern, but the way some rocks have just literally pivoted, being held by their own weight in just a couple of places, and it's amazing to see. This gemstone, I love this gemstone. This is actually one of the nicest colours I've seen of this, because quite often it's a very... I suppose it is greyish. It's still got the purple to it, but it's more of a greyish overtone to it, and it almost mutes the purple colours that come through. But take a look at this. Hello! Lepidolite. It's just stunning. Absolutely stunning. Got a content of lithium in.
Has it? Oh, it should be happy making then.
It's a beautiful, beautiful gemstone. You can see just those little white sections coming through. It's almost the kind, in fact, no, it's not almost. It is the kind of colour that I would want to, especially the softer tones, I'd want to put alongside a jadeite.
That would be amazing.
Just the two together, I think. The two together would be brilliant.
I picked up my lipidolite parcel when I was on last week, and it is stunning. And as you have said, there's lipidolite and then there's this lipidolite.
Yeah.
And it is beautiful, very beautiful. Yeah, that's not what I was expecting either.
And there's only 3 left.
Prong set into sterling silver, I would probably sell one piece at around about the £60 to £80 mark, dependent on the work involved. It's a beautiful gemstone. It's got those kind of mica-y bits in it. It's reflective. It's my favourite colour in the world. That's purple, you know. It's gorgeous.
Oh, I can't believe we've gone that low. That's amazing. Amazing. Never even heard of this gemstone until now. Thanks, JM, for introducing me to new gems. You are more than welcome. More than welcome. This is the thing. There is so many gemstones out there. They're going to go, by the way. They are going to go. There's so many gemstones out there, and even I don't know all of them because there's new ones being discovered all the time. There are parts of the planet that we've not even attempted to look at. I mean, there are jungles and things that we've not even gone into properly. So there's always going to be something new, which is what's wonderful about this. Ooh! Can I just say the Moldavite did sell out as well, but do not worry if you missed out on it. There is some more coming up at the end of the hour. I love these. Now I'm thinking mix these with shell and chain and make a very long necklace that you can either stack with or twist around so you can make it shorter.
That's lovely.
And layer.
Something quite organic in its feel and natural and a bit beachy.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking shell because of the way you find amber, so it's that connection in there. Might be quite nice to have some pearls in there as well.
That would be good, get the aquatic connection.
Yeah, although I'm thinking metallic pearls, what do you reckon? You know, the natural
that
metallic
would be
pearls,
amazing.
the big,
the
ones.
lilac-y toned
Yeah.
metallic pearl at the centre with these sort of clustering either side, graduating through the tones.
That'd be nice.
Oh, that's lovely.
Loads you can do with it. It is your Baltic multicolour amber nuggets. So you are getting the red ambers in here. More of the reddy tones. Not red, but more of the reddy tones. So almost like a cherry. Almost a cherry colour. Can you see that?
Yeah, you can just see the shard of light pushing through to give you that.
And then lemon colours. And then you've also got your toffee amber, honey amber, whatever you want to call it.
Classic cognac.
Classic cognac amber. See, I would have classed cognac amber as a slightly darker than the average, but well, $29.95. How can we squeeze that a little bit? How about we squeeze a little bit lower? $21.95.
And you've got those lovely silver bars as well.
I do like the fact you've got those because they are usable as well, of course. Don't worry about that. They are sterling silver spacers. They're little tubes of goodness. Of goodness me. They look beautiful as a bracelet. Or even just as they are interspersed with... I'm wanting to intersperse them with pearls.
Yeah, it would be lovely. Follow your heart. Just layer stuff up together, take your strands and put them side by side and something will jump out at you.
And hope someone likes it. Still got to fix my mum's bracelet.
Ah.
Redid it for her and made it a little bit too small because she'd left it with me to deal with it and I went, oh, she's got the same wrist size as me.
Not quite.
No, she doesn't have the same wrist size as me. Whoops. Sorry, Mum. I shall fix that for you. So you are getting a load of these on here as well. I do like the fact on some areas you've got 3, some areas you've got 2. The mix and match is really nice as well. Yeah, that's beautiful. Next up, ooh, you're a cab lady.
I love my cabs, yes I do. Never driven one. Oh, hello.
Cab and a half.
Wow, wow, wow. My heart.
How nice is this? Just look at the way the light bounces. That's what we love about amber. So under heat and pressure you get these little fractures inside which are extremely desirable because they bounce the light off. It creates a surface that interferes with the pathway of the light, so it bounces back.
It's the most mesmeric effect. You can
It's
lose
brilliant.
yourself for days.
Yeah, I think that is one of the beauties. Look at this. That is one of the beauties of amber. It's almost like someone is shining a torch from the inside.
Let me out.
Help me!
Rosebud.
You can see why many years ago there were magical stories about gemstones and why there were sort of mystical beliefs about them. Aren't they fabulous?
That's absolutely gorgeous.
Would you wear it as a cocktail ring? Would you capture it and make it into a pendant, a brooch? What would you do with it?
My first thought would be to make a pendant with it, and I'd wear it quite low down so that I would be able to kind of just pick
Fondle
it up.
it.
Yeah. Amber is very tactile, it's very warm, it's very light, it enjoys kind of human contact, I think. So my first thought would be to make that into a pendant, but because you have that sort of lightweight nature, you could put a cabochon of that size into a ring and it wouldn't make you drag your knuckles on the floor if you were to
No,
use...
it's extremely lightweight.
But if you were to use something exactly the same
Yeah.
size in hematite, you'd really
Oh,
know, and every
yeah.
time you lifted your hand, you'd be, oh,
You wouldn't
stress.
lift your hand. You would not be able to lift your hand with a hematite that big. £14.95, whether you want it as a ring or as a pendant. They are light enough to be earrings as well, because it is one of those extremely lightweight gemstones, with it being an organic. You've not got a crystal structure that's going to be dense and weigh it down, which is beautiful.
Again, referring back to my list of wishes where I have saved my 20 and 25mm. Admittedly, that was a 25mm round, so 25 by 25, same sort of depth.
Yeah.
That was £95. So I think that represents excellent accessibility.
Oh.
Isn't that amazing?
It is seriously amazing. It's like when we look at labradorite here, when we get the slabs of labradorite, the prices I have seen slabs of labradorite go in... Labradorite. In crystal stores.
Oh gosh,
You
yes.
just kind of go, woo,
How about no?
woo, woo, woo. What was the next one, sorry? Ooh. Oh, so we had some beautiful, delicious little numbers in the last hour in a gold plating. We've got it in silver this time. Slightly different design, but still just as beautiful. And you still don't notice, really, do you, the fact that it has got silver at the back. I love the way they do this. They have the open backing, and so you just see the top and you just see the bottom. And it is like it's hovering between the two. It's almost like nothing's there capturing it, but it is. It's genius.
It is. It's a beautiful effect. It does make it look like the amber is a very sexy pear,
Yes.
and the silver work is like the leaf and the stem.
Yes.
It is like a magical connection between those pieces. And when you have such perfect lines chased on the rear of a piece like this, it just enhances the whole effect and gives you that element of shine, because silver's so lustrous.
Yeah.
It just pushes the light through, which is what you want, isn't it? You want the amber to be all shiny and lovely.
You see a slight hint of silver around the outside, and it almost looks like it's the light bouncing off the amber itself, and that's what's so lovely. It is hidden, it's masked, you're not detracted away from the amber itself. It's so beautiful.
It is.
It really is so beautiful. £6.95, Becky. That is a cheeky price point if there ever was one. Way lower than £10 on this. £6.95, are you kidding?
That doesn't seem...
Grab it. It doesn't seem real, does it?
No. No, that's amazing.
See it, like it, love it, grab it.
Pop those on a pair of sterling silver shepherd's hooks.
Hello.
So what, £7, £14, a couple of hooks, less than £1 for the pair.
Yeah.
£15 you make a pair of earrings.
Yeah.
Which is going to probably sell in a fairly average store for about £60 maybe, £40, £60, somewhere like that. Because it's sterling silver and it's your Baltic amber. And it's a very desirable colour, it's a beautiful shape, and it's made with utter precision and perfection.
There we are. There we are. Right. Oh, I love this one, I love this one, I love this one. I love this one. It's hip to be a square. It really is. Look at that. Look at this.
That is really cool.
It's...
Is that a cube?
It is a cube.
That's awesome!
That's why I said it's hip to be a square. It's cubed.
Well, no, I didn't know if it was like a puffy square, through drilled top to bottom.
No, it's a cube.
But it's a proper cube.
Yeah.
That's amazing!
It's a little cube. Little cube of amber.
And that's a really beautiful triquetra design on the hanger, the charm hanger. I've never seen one like that. I need this in my life.
And that's just reminded me, you said charm, reminded me of...
I love that show.
It's brilliant!
Absolutely fantastic.
Brilliant! Oh, I love that show. £12.95, showing our ages there. £12.95. It is a fabulous little charm. Great as a pendant, great as earrings. Great on its own.
Fantastic value as a charm.
Well, it really is. It really, really is. I do believe it... Is it star by time? Wow, goodness me, it's already brought us to that time. It is star by time, followed by the kits. Feathers, what do they mean to you? What do they mean to you? They mean different things to different people.
It's an attractive thing in and of itself, but it's almost angelic in the way I associate it. Obviously, you know, we all have different belief systems, but I think it's angels being nearby. That's how I feel.
Yeah. Sometimes it's a wisdom thing. Sometimes it's a freedom thing.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that feathers have been associated with so many different things in so many different cultures over the years. And whatever that meaning is for you, or if you just want to go down the fashion route, they have been big for a number of years now, haven't they?
Perfect teamed with your turquoise as well. Just a perfect connection.
Yes. Yeah. Let me just bring the turquoise back
it's still
on a
there.
second.
Amazing. That is a design made, ready, go. One of those, a single bead of turquoise, boom.
It is a brilliant charm, and I mean they've been sort of attached to dream catchers and things for years.
Yes.
And years and years and years. But it's a beautiful little charm that would attach nicely to a bracelet. It's also a great size for a pendant though.
Yes, it's perfectly visible at the inch from sort of top to bottom. That's perfectly visible on the neckline, but it's not so vast that you couldn't wear it with earrings. Drop down as well. You know, make a little rosary linked section with your turquoise.
Yeah, it'd be nice as a backing for something as well, wouldn't it? So if you've got a bigger gemstone, oh, here we are, perfect example.
Oh, yes.
So if you had something like that, so you had a bigger gemstone at the front.
That's amazing.
And that just hanging off maybe the connector, so it just moves a little bit more freely.
Or if you were to warm your silver, you may be able to get that to form slightly to wrap over the front surface, maybe just down one side, one lobe of the heart, and then wire it into position. You could maybe work with some resin. I don't know how resin reacts with amber. You'd have to check before doing that, committing such a big piece. Or you could use your jewellery glue. That works with amber very well.
Yeah. Wouldn't heat the amber in any way, that will damage it massively.
No. When I talk about heating the silver, I'm just sort of thinking about hand heat to the silver and cause that to put a little curvature into the feather.
I see what you mean.
And then when it's cool, it will form over the lobe nicely.
Right, yeah.
Or again, you can have that whole your secret feather, to kind of represent. A lot of us connotate feathers with the phoenix rising from the flames. It's the time of rebirth. It's a time of moving through things.
Yeah.
It's very, very popular culturally to associate the feathers with your phoenix. So you could glue your feather to the back, and then you've got this secret little message just for you. Well, it's too beautiful not to share, but you know.
Yeah, but I like that as a secret. That's a little, everything's going to be all right, because, and it's just a little nod to yourself.
Yep, absolutely. And I think we do need to give ourselves a little bit of appreciation for the things that we do, a little bit of love when we're feeling a bit meh.
Be kind to yourself.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I'm going to remove this out of the way though, because this isn't with it. Of course, it is just the charm that we're looking at. Already very, very popular. Already very popular, £9.95. We do not have an unlimited amount of these, unfortunately. I wish I had, but I don't. Now I'm going to leave those there with you because it has brought us already to the time of the kit. I love this kit. I love this kit. Now I am going to take my pad with me. Maybe not. Trying to destroy everything. As per usual. As per usual.
As if.
You ever seen me in this set? I'm either getting myself attached to the...
It's the handles.
Yeah.
They're very destructive with the cables and things.
I've knocked boxes over, I've knocked beads everywhere, I've lost things underneath the... Yeah, I'm not exactly the neatest.
It's not fallen off the chair, so it's all good.
Don't jinx it.
Ruth, I love you.
Oh, Ruth.
That was beautiful.
Were you with Ruth when she did it?
No, I'm sure it was Katie Reed.
Oh.
And it's just such a beautiful moment. She shared it on her social media and I watched it for hours and hours.
I need to see this.
It's brilliant.
I need to see this.
Super.
Moving on from that, though. Oh, bless her. Ruth, I love you.
I love you too.
She is brilliant.
She is.
She is, she is. The kit that we have today is unctuous.
Oh,
Scrumptious.
it's a lovely word.
Yes. Wasn't that the one we found was like a oily, gooey...
Squishy.
Squishy.
But scrumptious is a wonderful word.
Scrumptious, yeah.
Because you're truly scrumptious.
I love you in every single way. You're brilliant.
Oh, I love you, Maura.
I don't think anyone's called me truly scrumptious.
Oh, but you are.
Do we have toot sweets in there as well?
I don't know what that means.
Truly scrumptious with some chitty chitty bang bang.
Yeah, I've only seen half of that. I'm a massive Mary Poppins fan, though. I need to watch. Yes, I know. I do. I shall.
Are available. Where did we go from that? So in this kit, I mean, can we take a sneaky look at the jewellery because they are truly scrumptious. They are gorgeous. I love this one. But I love the free forming that you're doing with the wire.
I really enjoy working with this wire. It's so fluid and beautiful and malleable, and it's just a delight to work with. I love amber anyway.
Can we just have a sneaky peek at the ring as well? There's one ring on here. I mean, there's more than one ring on here, but there's one ring in particular that I went straight for, and it's the simplest design, the sweetest, but it looks amazing. You don't need to do a lot with it. One single amber bead, and that is it.
Do you want me to spin that slightly so you can see it from a different angle?
Do you want us to spin it right round? Like a record?
Baby.
Right round.
Just from the side. It's,
All right, part way round then.
Cute little... Oh, just give that a little spin around. It's like the noisiest lazy Susan.
Oh. I remember that a few years ago there was a noisy lazy Susan. It did pretty much make that sound. So if you think about the fact that we're about to give you a strand, not a lazy Susan that squeaks, but a strand of amber, which has lots and 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 lots of amber, all 5mm, so they're all exactly the same size, which on its own is fabulous because we quite often see tapering sizes, don't we? So we quite often see the graduation there. I love the fact it's not graduated because you know exactly the size and you don't have to worry. If you snip that strand halfway through, it's the same size as if you start at one end or the other, which makes life a lot easier.
Certainly does.
It really does. And if you think about how many is on this 38cm strand, and if you were to make just one ring with one bead each time, how much would you sell that ring for?
The simple ring with a single solitaire.
Yeah.
Because it's sterling silver and because it's Baltic amber, somewhere between £10 and £22.50, something like that. It depends where I am.
Yeah.
If I'm selling at a sort of a church fete or a primary school, maybe so your £10 to £12 area. But other venues,
they'd fly out, wouldn't they?
They would fly, absolutely. And that's, you know, the sterling silver, a single amber.
Yeah, didn't mention that just yet, but the wire that we are looking at, because you are getting 3 spools. I say spools. Could you class these as spools? Not really.
Lengths, perhaps?
Lengths, that would be better. 3 lengths of wire you're getting here. You're basically getting 1 metre on each of these lengths. 1 metre in 0.4, 1 metre in 0.8 and 1 metre in 1mm, and they are all 925 sterling silver. I don't think I've ever seen a kit with 3 lengths of 3 different sizes of sterling silver, all a metre each.
It's absolutely fab.
It is brilliant, seriously brilliant.
So you can create quite simple pieces, and these are just some sort of jointed earrings that you're looking at now. But again, because you're working with sterling silver and you're working with the Baltic amber, and personally for me, I would add that 25p for the authenticity certificate.
Would be worth it.
To just kind of explain that yes, this is amber and it comes from the Baltic. It's in my heart a premier location. I love Mexican amber. I love amber that I've had from Indonesia, which is almost rough in its element. It's beautiful, but my favourite, my heart belonged to the Baltic amber. Yeah. So I would definitely want to have that little certificate to add on to the kit.
25p, that's all that certificate is. Tiny little bit. And you're getting the kit for £44.95. A 38cm strand of amber, all of them in the same sizes. And if you were to make rings, just rings out of all of it, let's just see how many is on here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. There's no point in me carrying on. There's 20 there.
So if they're 5mm and it's a 38cm, it would be around about 76, I want to say, give or take. Because if they were 10mm, they'd be 38, wouldn't there? So
yeah,
if there's 5mm, it'd be about
so
70 something-ish.
20, 40, 60, nearly 80, yeah. Yeah.
I reckon around about 76. That's my mathematical.
I really want to count them all now.
Please don't.
While you're demoing, I shall count them all and tell you exactly how many there are on there. Shall we go to the demo? Because I'm going to count. Start dialing in if you haven't already done so. They're already flying out. Very, very popular because of the silver, and it's your softer silver that you're working with. It's
absolutely divine.
Really lovely. Really
It's
lovely.
divine to work with. So what I thought we would have a look at is the very simple and elegant ring that's nearest to me.
3, 4. I'll do it quietly.
Because this is something that will kind of recoup your money very quickly. Now what I wanted to do was to show you, if we were to say an average of £15 for that ring to sell in a fairly average position, I have created 3 little ring shanks already, just while we were chatting in the first hour. 1 in a small size and 2 in a medium size. And I've just got those here. I've fitted 2 of them and I've yet to fit the 3rd one. But that's the amount of the 1mm silver that I've used, and I'm holding just here the remainder of that length of wire. I've barely touched that 1mm wire, and all I will be doing is using a 3rd one of those 76 or so beads that Lara is currently counting, and that small amount of wire to recoup my money. So as far as I'm concerned, that is a win, because everything else is now mine. I've got a significant amount of the 0.4 still available. I've got all of this of the 1mm, and I've got an untouched reel of your 0.8. Now 0.8 sterling silver wire is absolutely wonderful because you can use it for your higher end pieces. I consider amber to be something I'd want to put with sterling silver. And it's absolutely brilliant for your rosary linking. So rosary linked, sterling silver wire, 0.8, absolutely brilliant. There's nothing in this kit that I didn't want to use all of. I used absolutely everything. And I also brought a couple of other pieces with jewellery that I've made previously to show you what else you can do if you wanted to do something different outside of this kit. So I'm going to pop those down for the moment and we'll get to the demo and then I'll show you the other pieces of jewellery.
I'm just recounting because I got 90 on there.
Have you really?
Yeah, that's why I'm recounting, because I think I must have gone wrong
generous.
there. I think I've got wrong, so
That's
let me
amazing.
come back to me later.
Okay, so I'm going to work off the length of 1mm wire, and in this way we don't get any wastage. So the first tool that I'm going to use, after I just put a little bit of warmth into the wire, rub that between thumb and forefinger just to give that a little bit of heat and fluidity. What I'm going to do is start at the one end and pop a little loop down here, and this is going to sit one side of our single amber bead. So utilising the very tip of my round nose pliers, which just leapt for freedom just there. And I'm just going to curl a little loop on the end. So it's much easier when you're kind of holding it the relevant distance from your head. Once we've got that first little loop, I'm going to come in, I use my bent chain nose pliers, and I'm going to create an upright on there. And just get that loop sitting as closed as possible without giving it too much of a squish. What I'm also going to do is put a little bit of straightness and strength into a couple of inches or so of that 1mm wire. The next thing that I'm going to do is take that loop and put it on almost a right angle. So at the moment you can see the loop sits centrally over the continuation of the wire. It's not all on one side, it's kind of in the middle. I'm now going to take that, turn it upright towards you now and put a right angle on it, like so. Okay, which I can show to 2 if you prefer. So we've got our loop sticking out at the end, and you can see that that just sits centrally on the wire. The next thing I'm going to take is my ring mandrel to give us a nice round form. I'm going to see if I can guess one for Lara's size 5 finger. So fingers crossed this comes off around about the right kind of size.
There is 90.
There are 90?
There is
Oh my
90,
gosh,
yeah.
that's very generous.
Very.
That's amazing. So I'm just going to pop that around the edge of my mandrel and draw the tail of wire away until we cross over where we originally started with our loop. So you can see we've come back to the starting position, and what I need to do is to make this loop slightly smaller than the size I'm looking to make, around about 5mm smaller in fact. So I've made quite a diminutive size ring here, and I'm now going to create an upright on that ring shape to reflect what we did on the first side. So if I show you over in this direction, you can see that that's what we're looking to recreate. We're looking to copy the other side. So you can see at the moment I've got a loop coming round on this frame just here. So the loop spins around and I've got an upright coming on the second section of wire. So I need to slightly adjust my angle here before I start adding my loop into position. So I'm just going to bend that away. So it's just copying the first side, and I'm going to just a little bit of warmth in the wire and move the remainder of the loop out of the way and create a second loop on the far side. So again with the round nose pliers, just bringing that into position and try and get the loops approximately the same size. So I can show you there, you've got that second loop, and we're then going to trim as flush as we can with the flush cutters just in this position. Now when you're cutting wire, especially when you're cutting sterling silver wire, it pays to look twice and cut once. Much like tailors who measure their cloth twice and cut once, means that you cut the right bit of wire and in the correct position. So at the moment what we've got now is an open ring with a loop on either side. So we need to make sure that both of those loops are as closed as we can get them. And this is where the beauty of the quality of this sterling silver wire comes into position. And we want the angles to be more upright away from the round part, the shank of the ring. So we're looking to create what looks like the classical engagement ring. So you've got your beautiful round and then you've got your upwards, and you would kind of sit your classical diamond in, like so. It'd be almost a Tiffany setting.
Yeah.
And what we're looking for in this direction is to have two loops that are kind of similar in their aspect. So you can see that I've got the loop joining on one side and the open section on the other side. If you do that the opposite way, it looks just slightly less tidy. So it's nice if you can to try and get the loops going in the same direction.
Yeah.
So before we move on, we just need to make sure that those loops are as closed as possible, just by giving that a bit of a squeeze. It doesn't need to be 100% closed because we're not going to be accessing the open side. We're going to utilise the closed side to connect our finer wire. Another thing that we can do is just take a moment to make sure that we are completely flat in this orientation.
Nommy, nommy, nom, nom.
Nom, 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 nom. Now I'm using some kind of chisel-like flat pliers here, which are great for adding that beautiful straightness, and they're also great for strengthening a ring. 1mm wire is great for working with your rings. I tend to, if I can, work with slightly heavier wire. So in nomming the wire as we are now, we're work hardening it, and it should last longer in that formation. Now you can see one of my loops is on the squoink slightly, so I'm just going to edit that slightly to ensure that we've got space to pop our amber in between and that they sit up nice and proud, and that they are indeed the same kind of angle. So you've got a couple of bites of the cherry with sterling silver. You can take a moment to make sure that you're 100% happy and that everything is meeting your standards. So the next thing that we would need to do is to utilise a short length of the 0.4mm gauge sterling silver wire and one of our amber beads. So with this you don't need a huge amount, and I'll show you two of the examples that I was playing around with earlier on. So this first one I used slightly more of the wire and gave a coiled effect on the shoulders of the ring, which is quite attractive. If you wanted to utilise more of your 0.4mm gauge, you could indeed go all the way round and join it just on one side. Now if you're going to do that, you need to make sure that your coiling is nice and firm so it doesn't come away during wear. This was made using an offcut of the sterling silver 4mm gauge that was only about 2 inches long, and that's still enough to create a small, reasonably attractive effect on either shoulder. The key point is that we've got 3 or 4 turns in your 0.4, which is secure enough to hold that amber in position. More is better because it will be more secure, but that is enough. So if you've got a little scrap of your 0.4, then you know that you don't need to bung that in the bin or melt it. You can still find that quite usable. So I'm going to show you now how to connect one of your 5mm round Baltic ambers into the ring. I'm going to cut a small section of the 0.4mm gauge sterling silver wire from my length of wire that we have in the kit. So again, I'm just running that very gently and not too many times between thumb and forefinger. And I think to give ourselves a nice shoulder effect, I'm going to cut this, and then we're going to estimate that at being 1, 2, 3, 4.5 inches or so in length. It doesn't need to be vast. It's not a huge amount of wire that we're using. Now, the key to sitting the amber in position is to get your fine wire to go through your first loop, all the way through just the first one, and then sticking up. I've dropped my amber, so sorry, let me get that one back.
No.
I know, right? And then we're going to pop the amber onto that 0.4mm gauge, draw it down into position, and then by an act of some kind of arcane magic, we're going to push that absolutely through. So we're going through both loops and we're suspending the amber into position. Now at this stage we're going to centralise, so we're about in the middle of our short length of 0.4mm gauge, and we now need to set that so that it doesn't go anywhere. Now you've got two sides to a loop. You've got an open side, you can see here that there's an opening, and you've got a closed side. We want to draw our 0.4mm gauge down to the closed side. If you bring that wire to the open side, your ring may well unravel itself. If you bring your wire down to the closed side and then start wrapping around the shoulders of the ring, as we're doing here, all I'm doing is coiling, pushing the centre of the wire through, coil, push the centre, grab, and continue until you get that finished effect. Obviously you will do that on both sides, and until you start wrapping, it's just kind of the springiness of your design that's holding the amber in position, but once you start wrapping, then it's set for good. So hopefully that's a nice easy way for you to, if you make to sell, you can recoup your money in a couple of small pieces, and then the rest of it is just for you. So the amber pieces that I'm wearing today, there's one on my wrist, which is, they're slightly more oval in their design, but you can use a perfectly round 5mm amber to create the goddess style design. Now I chose to use this with rose gold plated copper, but you could kind of mix your metals up or go with the precious metal route. And all it is, you've got two strands of threading material with an amber on each, and then in between you're connecting both of the strands with a jump ring. So I tend to make sure all my jump rings are closed and perfectly flat, not fat, before I start going, and then you're kind of feeding it through. It's a really simple design, and I'm fairly sure that one of our designers has shown us how to do this before, so you can find that technique quite easily, or you will be able to work it out for yourself. It's really simple. The other one is an anklet that I made with
I spotted your anklet.
If it's not the exact same one, it's very, very similar. Let me just grab that. So, forgive the shoes. This is very simple. I've just popped some little silver rings in between, popped one of our gorgeous little sun pendants just there, and then on the far side, just finished with a couple of sterling silver bead covers and a really hearty toggle. Now this was a bit of an experiment to see if you could use a toggle clasp on an anklet.
I was going to question that, because I wouldn't
have the most comfortable anklet I've worn.
Really?
Don't tell anyone, right, okay, but I've worn it in the shower, I've worn it to bed, and normally I take all of my jewellery apart from my left-hand rings off when I go to bed. Don't wear necklaces or bracelets or anything, but I've been to bed all week with this anklet, so it's super comfy. So if you don't particularly like it, you can always cut it up, can't you, and kind of do something else. But, you know, I try these things, so you don't have to.
I would never have thought a toggle clasp on an anklet. That's really good to know.
Absolutely amazing. The one I made the other week was using jewellery elastic. Okay. Obviously, you had to kind of, I've got pathetically skinny little ankles, so it's like a bracelet size for normal people, but the jewellery elastic stretches enough to go on your foot, so you can also make jeweller's elastic into an anklet. But I mean, we've had such beautiful weather recently, I wanted to kind of wear something that I could wear all the time. Yeah. And that worked really well. And that's a JewelleryMaker toggle clasp.
You need to make an anklet. Now, do we have enough time to squeeze something in? I do believe we do. Thank you very much, Mama Lovely.
Thank you.
Right, am I going to have to run over here, or can I just...
Should I do a dance?
Yeah.
I can't dance. I think we've already established that on a number of occasions.
Oh, me too. Now,
my gosh,
you're going to love this. You are going to love this. Massively love it. So, there are, of course, very well-known brands that have this sort of shape for your spacers. This is a gorgeous example of a simple design, plain, smooth surface, still got all of those brilliant, brilliant spangles in the centre. Sterling silver, let me just turn it around. Got the sterling silver rivet in the centre there as well. Beautifully done. 2 rivets, joins in the middle. It's just the ultimate. Think of that on a snake chain. I'm even tempted to say the popcorn chains. How would you attach it to the popcorn chains? Because you want something chunky in the middle, wouldn't you?
You would. I mean, you could use a piece of sterling silver like you're looking at now and just do a closed loop at the end, as you would with a rosary link, so a wrapped loop in effect.
Oh, so then it would move quite nicely.
And it would move beautifully on a heavier gauge. Or you could put it on the chain part and simply have a jump ring to close your popcorn chain if you had one of the longer ones.
Yeah.
You've got options anyway.
Love the look of that. £11.95.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
I started my business to make and sell charm jewellery, and it's before I learnt to make my own jewellery. It was a lot of kind of putting things together, so I did a lot of research into the charm companies that were out there at the time, and that, I can assure you, is just the most amazing price. Amber and sterling silver.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, in my next hour, we're being a little bit naughty. Mainly because I kind of went, I'd like to sneak these things in as well, please, if possible. If possible. So we are going to have a little bit of amber, but we're also going to have some other items as well. And then, of course, we've got the final kit coming up in the final hour. So we'll see you after this.
JewelleryMaker have an extensive range of DVDs for all abilities. Each of our mediums has an introductory DVD to help you get started. If you're already an experienced jewellery maker, we have a collection of projects and more advanced DVDs to take your designs to the next level. We are always filming new DVDs with our specialist guest designers, so visit our website for more information.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates through items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from JewelleryMaker. JewelleryMaker. Create, wear, share.
If you have a question or a query for JewelleryMaker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2, or alternatively you can email help@jewellerymaker.com.
Love JewelleryMaker but don't have an account? You can now purchase items on the JewelleryMaker website through our guest checkout. To do so, select the products you wish to purchase and head over to the shopping basket. Simply enter your email address and select Continue as Guest below. After this, the checkout process is simple. Select your quantity and delivery option and then check out securely. Enter your billing details and either a credit card or PayPal account and proceed to payment. From here, you still have the option to create an account if you wish, making shopping online easier for you. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Hello, 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 and welcome back. It is, of course, The Late Show, and I'm joined by the gorgeous Jen, who is the Queen of the Amber this evening.
I did think that it was mildly legitimate to wear a crown that had some amber in it.
I think we should have you as Titania from the Midsummer Night's Dream.
Yeah, I actually played Titania.
There we are.
Very
Message
long
from
time
Jamie
ago.
in Cumbria. Good evening, all. Gem, you are looking like a princess. Hold on. Oh, with your... I can't read because my glasses are off, so just bear with me. With your crown, amazing show, Jamie. It does look fabulous, doesn't it?
Thanks, babe. Cheers. Thank you for that.
See, I should have picked up my pad, which is over
Do you
there.
want me to scooch it over,
Yes,
love?
please, because otherwise I won't be able to read any messages that come through. It'll be like that. Don't drop it.
Yeah, this is what I'm scared
Don't
of.
drop
Me
it.
and tech. Is that in the right place?
Yes, thank
Are we
you very
happy?
much. Yes. Yes, a little to the left. No, I'm joking.
Your left, my left.
I don't know.
Nobody knows.
It's all. Who knows? Who knows? Talking about left, there's not going to be many of these left. This is my must-have, and this is all the amber goodness. How brilliant is this? It's almost like a stained glass window.
That's amazing. That is absolutely stunning.
It reminds me of the big ornaments, like the picture ornaments that you can get on garden walls and things like that. You know, the beautiful ones where they've got trees and all kinds of things.
You know the blue box company
No.
that makes lamps.
Oh yes, I know that Turquoise box
Yes.
company. Yes.
Oh my gosh, that wow.
Oh yes, yes.
Absolutely blown away with that. Beautiful.
Oh my life, that is it's a really lovely effect. It's almost like little sails.
It is actually, yeah. Oh, how lovely.
Little boats all sailing around in different directions. Love the effect they've got. It's very modern, but also classic at the same time because of the colour variation that you're getting.
Somewhere just nestled in between Art Deco and Art Nouveau, there's something that was quite angular, and there's a hint of that sort of period, I think.
It's definitely got that vintage feel, hasn't it? Definitely got the vintage feel. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece. Gorgeous pendant again. Really gorgeous pendant. But you could turn it into earrings if you got two of them. Ooh, would you be able to... No, it's a bit too big for a ring, isn't it? And I wouldn't want to try and bend it either, particularly because of the setting,
But
the bezel
again,
setting that you're getting.
with your finger to wrist ornamentation.
Yes, that would work.
Because then you could get to gaze at it, which is always good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, you would.
Or you could pop that onto a double ring shank. So make sort of two.
Oh, so it goes over two
loops. Yeah.
Ah.
That could work.
Yeah. Yeah, that could work.
And if
that
you
could
can,
work.
why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah. £12.95. It is 925 sterling silver. You are getting all of those brilliant colours coming through there. Reds, oranges, greens, you've got yellows. I mean, what colours are you not seeing there? They are so sharp and so strong as well. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Classic meets modern.
Yeah. But you have the sort of the geometric aspect as well, because you've got sort of the sharp angles of the triangles and the beautiful smoothness of the never-ending circle.
Yes. Yeah, I like that combination. There's something mesmerising, isn't there?
It is, especially when it's sat on the silent Lazy Susan, spinning around.
Not the squeaky one.
Not the squeaky
That's
one.
good. My chair's slightly squeaky though. My chair is quite squeaky. If you hear it a creaking, it's not my bones. It
Not
is
your
my
knees.
chair. Not my knees, not today. Now I'm going to leave that there for you because I want to bring you. Where is it? Ooh!
That's an excitable sound.
Wow, 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 wow. Ah. I'm always strange, Becky, I'm always strange. Now, I'm proud to be. Here we are. You'll see why I'm excited in a moment. I'm going to close this up so you can just... Isn't this pretty? Oh, isn't this pretty? Isn't this pretty?
Love those.
Hello! Not as pretty. Beautiful. Not as pretty. Beautiful. Still beautiful, though. Still beautiful. Just looks like normal rocks, though, doesn't it?
They do. I mean, I find pebbles really attractive anyway, but... I love working with you. You make me feel quite normal.
I'm glad that my weirdness or strangeness helps in that regard. It is a fantastic... How can you not get excited by a gemstone like this, though? They are just so sublime. They do look like just normal stones or pebbles, and then you find on the inside you've got that incredible, beautiful Drusy, the crystal formations. And that's a natural formation that you have, which is what I love about it. Little pockets, and it would have been gas bubbles.
Okay.
It would have been gas bubbles, and that's why you've got the area inside for the crystallisation. It's so pretty! Because you needed to have a hole there for the crystals to be able to grow into it. Oh, they are magical. So you are going to be getting 2 of them. It's guaranteed 40 carats. One piece might be slightly smaller than the other, as is the case with this one. But you are definitely getting 2 for £12.95. You don't need to do anything with these if you don't want to. If you're a collector of gemstones, it's just so nice to have them because they are just immense. They are immense.
They are absolutely fantastic.
There is nothing quite like them.
I have worked with this collection previously, and I think I made one into a really big feature neck piece with that face at the centre, but they are beautiful from the other side as well, just in a different way.
Yeah.
Because
Although I do like it, I'm just...
well, it's fairy magical, isn't it?
Yes. There's a friend of mine has just a slice of agate with a Drusy in the centre, and she always wears it. And I cannot stop looking at it. Whenever she wears it, I just cannot stop looking at it. It's so magical.
It's like a peek into a fairy grotto, a magical cavern. They are, they're absolutely gorgeous.
Love that, absolutely love it. Next, I have got, ooh, Hessonite garnet.
Ooh.
Wow. You sure that's Hessonite garnet? I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed because Hessonite garnet is normally more of an orangey colour. I mean, there is, if you look at it here, there is an orangey colour to it, but it's bordering more to the red. That's really unusual.
It's like Hessonite and a glass of claret had a baby.
Yes. Yeah, I've never seen Hessonite this particular tone. This is fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. It is a limited edition piece, of course, because, well, Hessonite garnet, when do we see Hessonite garnet?
It's not an everyday, every hour gem.
No, so Hessonite is more of your orangey colours that are coming through. So to find those deep, rich claret colours mixed in and merged in with that orange is amazing. How did you say it was 20-something, wasn't it? 23 chances, that's every single one that I have in the vault at this moment in time. I can't guarantee when we're going to see them again, or if at all. I think this is the first time I've seen Hestonite garnet here.
I've certainly not seen it like this before. It's absolutely outstanding.
No. Now, it's only launched last week. It's only been seen once before. I am super, super impressed with that. Super impressed with that. The buying team have done us proud on this one.
They really have. It's astonishing.
I still can't get over the fact that's Hestonite garnet. That's incredible. Really incredible. Yeah, see it, like it, love it, grab it, get it home, have a look at it, because it's unbelievably. I mean, you can see there, you can actually see almost the chocolatey colours coming through there. No, see, even on your screen you're seeing the almost reds. But you are, because it's so intense and so dramatic. I'm absolutely blown away by this.
On the Lazy Susan, you just see the tail of it, where it comes down to the smaller gemstones, and you see more of those telltale Hestonite tones. And at that end as well, you've got that sort of orangey juice.
Now, I said I don't think I've seen Hestonite here. I have bought Hestonite from here, but I've not. The one that I've got is a strand of nuggets.
Yes.
And it's orange.
Yep. Which is delightful and delicious, and that's, you know, absolutely wonderful. But I've never seen a strand quite like that.
No, I've not seen a strand like this before.
Really gorgeous. And again, that's possibly one that you might consider your authenticity certificate for.
Definitely.
Because it is that sort of different element, which is lovely. I mean, I'm sure there are collectors out there who would sort of jump at the chance to have a Hestonite of that tone.
It's amazing.
Lovely.
It's absolutely amazing. What was the next one, sorry? Oh, there it is. Botswana. Ooh.
That's a great noise. I enjoyed that.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, Botswana. I'm trying to think of something, a joke with that, or something quirky.
Oh, I just can't reach the epiphany that there's a joke there somewhere.
I Botswana these.
Yeah, but no.
I Botswana.
Yeah.
I one of these.
It's
Oh, come on, give me a break.
We'll work on it. We'll work on it.
Right, I'm blaming Adam for that one. It wasn't me at all in any way, shape or form. There's my hope of being a stand-up comic out the window. I couldn't be a stand-up comic anyway, no one would see me. Is she standing? Is she sitting? So I have got 195 carats of Botswana agate, and I love the fact it's more of your, almost a moonstone colour coming through. Have you seen the sort of Truva moonstone?
Yes.
Which has got that gorgeous, almost a satiny, silvery. That's the kind of colour that you're getting here. And you get the lines running through it as well, which just makes it look like a stormy, stormy night. Remember what rain looked like?
Ooh.
Remember what rain looked like? This is what the sky was back then. I know there has been quite a few people who have received rain recently, but we didn't, unfortunately. We had like 5 seconds on the window and that was it. £12.95, it is the king of the agates. It's loved throughout the world for its unusual tones and its natural coloration as well. So these silvers that you're seeing running through it and the greys that you're seeing running through it and slight earthy tones, all of those are natural. Au naturale. They're all natural, they're all beautiful. they're only £12.95.
That's amazing.
It really is.
And Botswana is very highly regarded, isn't it? It's beloved.
Yeah. There's not many agates that are named. It's agate. I mean, blue lace agate has its name. Botswana agate.
Your Laguna.
There's very limited agates that stand out enough.
Isn't like
to
your
warrant a
Jasper.
name. No.
Like every other Jasper has a fancy name.
Yes.
But yeah, it needs to be a special agate.
Yeah. It really does. Now, is the showcase now then? Okay. Okay. So, do you love your microfaceted gemstones? If you do, then we've got a little... That's the sound the toads make.
Really?
Oh, you won't have been in on this conversation. I ended up with 4 toads in my bath the other day.
I did wonder if they were in there at the same time as you.
No.
That's good.
No.
Because that would be slightly alarming if you weren't expecting it.
No, the story was my cat decided to try and eat a live bird under my bed. So there was me chasing the cat out of the house with this live bird, trying to save the life of the live bird, which didn't end well. But then there was an hour of standoff between me and the cat. The cat refused to put the bird down. I refused to let the cat in the house. Okay? It ended with a cat eating the bird in front of me in defiance. It was not a great morning. And that was followed by me then going, right, okay, so Gaia wanted to then play outside, which is fine. So I thought I'll do some gardening. And because the way it was left by the people who owned it before, there was tarp everywhere. So I lifted this tarp up, and these 4 toads are looking at me, and I'm thinking, oh, no, the cat! So I quickly bundled these toads into a box and then put them in the bath, because I don't know what to do with them. I can't leave them outside because the cat will get them.
See, I fondly imagined that they'd hopped in the house, hopped up the stairs and just gotten into your bath for somewhere to hang out to avoid the cat. I didn't realise you'd put them in the bath.
No, I tried to rescue them from the potential...
I understand now. Yeah. That kind of makes sense.
Yeah. So moving on from that conversation, thankfully no cats will be eating anything in this show. However, we are about to do a microfaceted showcase. You didn't tell me there was golden rutile in this microfaceted showcase. Sorry. That was very sweet. The response was just sorry. Just take a look at this. So, quartz is a fascinating gemstone anyway. We know quartz for rose quartz, for rock crystal, for amethyst. And we also know it for some more unusual gemstones, which are getting harder and harder and harder to find, which is a shame. And we're looking right now at what's sometimes called Venus hair, and it's golden rutile. So you've got these strands of rutile. Now, rutile is an inclusion quite frequently found within gemstones, particularly in sapphires, and it's what causes your chatoyancy. It's what causes asterism, so provided you have the right amount of rutile in the right orientations, you can get these amazing optical effects. And sometimes you find it in quartz, clear quartz. So you see the gorgeous golden strands, and they remind people of hair, which is why it's called Venus hair. So you've got these incredible little sections. I mean, you can see it there, can't you? The little twinkling. And I'm not just looking at the facets there, I'm not just looking at the twinkling from the lustre and from the brilliance that you're getting. I am looking at the sort of twinkling that you're getting from the golden flecks. But I never would have thought you'd have managed to do it and still see those Venus hairs in a microfaceted gemstone. This is incredible. I mean, look, you can actually see the strands. I am amazed at this. Jem, what would you do with this if I gave this to you?
Channel set it into sterling silver and have it snaking around my wrist, and I'd use every single one of them and make a really long snake style or serpentine bracelet.
Oh, greedy.
Yep.
I
So that I
like
could
it.
turn it on my wrist and just see the beauty. Microfaceted quartz is an amazing
Yes.
strand anyway.
Yeah, no question of it.
But golden rutile that's then further microfaceted, absolutely amazing. It's made the hair on the back of my neck stand up.
I was, out of all the gemstones that we have had microfaceted in the past, I would never have expected this one.
No. You kind of think of it in more bold sized pieces or
Big.
sometimes a chunky nugget
Yeah,
or something.
big pieces. You often see it in big pieces. I had a necklace a little while ago, which was, it was just big chunks.
Yeah.
Big chunks of it, so you could see the rutile running through it.
Wonderful.
You just wouldn't expect to be able to see the hairs, I'm going to call them hairs, the rutile, in a size like this, but you can. I mean, you absolutely can. You can see them there, can't you? You can see very distinct golden sections.
You know the chunky citrine nuggets that we had earlier? One was kite cut, one was step cut.
Yes.
That's how I kind of think of a nice golden rutile. But I would absolutely put those two together. I'd have my citrine in the middle and then surround it with a nest of the golden rutile, because you've got those colours coming together.
That's a beautiful idea.
But the different effects together, I think, would be absolutely gorgeous.
Yes. £6.95. Now, if that was ever a buy as many as you can moment, it definitely is now. £6.95. Get my golden rutile.
See, I thought that was a 1995 strand.
Yeah.
That's astounding.
Jeanette's already there. Well done, my darling. And Vanya's there. Nicole's there. Collector in Hertfordshire's there as well. It is an amazing deal, an amazing offer, an amazing gemstone. I love it. We see so few bits of golden rutile these days. It's really a sad thing. It's one of those gemstones that if you ever get a chance to own it, own it.
Yeah.
My daughter put my little nugget in the fridge the other day.
Was she looking after it especially, or did she think it resembled an ice cube?
Not quite sure.
Did it survive? It didn't get sort of thrown out with some of the mouldy cheese or anything, did it?
No.
That's all right then.
No.
That's good.
I managed to stop her from eating it.
That's also good.
Yeah. To start off with, whenever she saw my little collection of nuggets, straight in the mouth. So we've managed to get past that, and now she carries them around the house.
That's cool.
And
She's
I
charging
find
them.
Yeah, she carries them around the house, and then I find them in the fridge.
There are worse places you could find it, especially if you own cats.
Yeah, oh dear, don't. Oh dear. I love my cat to pieces. She was a stray to start off with, so she kind of feels she still has to fend for herself.
Yeah.
And no, they're not gifts. I know cats bring gifts for people. These are definitely not gifts. These are definitely, I want to eat this.
Oh, she's just supplementing her diet is all.
She's
Making
well
sure-
fed. That cat is well fed. I love that cat, and she is well fed on all kinds of things.
I know, but if she's used to having vitamin K from slug bits, then maybe that's what she's seeking. I don't know what cat food entails.
It's the way she comes for love afterwards, and you're like, you just, oh. I'm going to bring you some blue dyed magnesite now.
See, that is not a stone I would associate with faceting, let alone microfaceting.
Magnesite carries a dye really, really well. It also carries a facet really well as well. But the smaller you get, the harder it is to facet any gemstone. So this is so beautiful. Really, really beautiful. 3mm in size. And look at the sparkle you get there.
See, that again, I don't think of magnesite equals sparkle. So that's amazing work.
No. But it is down to the fact you've got, I mean, you can see it there, can't you? You've got so many, so many different surfaces across the whole of those gemstones. So any little moment, a little just area they could possibly have fitted a facet, they did.
And didn't they do it well? That is absolutely stunning. It's like a paparazzi in blue.
It is a paparazzi in blue. It's like a chili paparazzi.
Yeah.
We're going to price match £6.95. Again, another one of those. Get it in your cart, check it out, get it home as quickly as you can, and use it in as many ways as you can as well. They are brilliant price points that we're seeing tonight.
That'd be an interesting combination with the Venus hair as well. I think sort of similar size, both faceted, but the juxtaposition of colour, sort of clarity with that super sparkle and the elements of gold within, combined with that really beautiful blue sparkle. I think that would be really lovely.
Two together. Yeah, I think you like these. Very good combo. Very good.
I like them together. I think that's lovely. It's different, isn't it?
Yeah.
And draw that together with some champagne gold wire, maybe not the Midas gold, but that would be beautiful.
3 have gone to Jane. Well done, my darling. And Deirdre's there as well. Check those baskets out if you haven't already done so. It's one of those that I want to put with carnelian.
Oh, yes. That would be
Amber
lovely.
again would work.
Yeah. Would be beautiful with your hot gemstones, your fire opal, your ambers.
Ooh, 1 second. Oh, I can't get it past. Oh, why you do this to me?
We can imagine, though. I love your concentraty face.
The tongue didn't come out. If I'm fully concentrating, the tongue comes out.
Yes, mine does that as well.
Squinty eyes and... I was trying to get the tassels through this so I could actually show you what the charm would look like stranded on the magnesite.
That would be lovely.
It didn't work, unfortunately. The tassels were just too big. But you get the idea. Next up, I've got some... Hello?
Seriously?
Yeah, green rutile.
Okay.
Now, I've never seen green rutile. Rutile does come in different colours, by the way. It's not just gold. You can get black, you can get green. It's very different colours you can get. But I've never seen green rutile. It's like a moss green agate, isn't it? It is amazing. Gem's face is classic.
We don't need to see it, it's fine.
You really do need to see it. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant.
Oh, that is astounding. Never seen anything like that. Amazing.
As a collector, I'd get it just for the sake of getting it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
As a jewellery maker, how amazing is this going to look? I mean, look at, you've almost got a graduation of colour there. You've got the frosted greens, you've got emerald greens coming through there as well. You've got those lines, those beautiful lines. It's almost like you've trapped a forest inside a gemstone. Imagine these on a tree of life.
Oh, that would be stunning. And because they're microfaceted, it would be the most luxurious evening glamour tree of life that you could ever imagine. Absolute luxury.
Choker.
Absolutely perfect on a choker. These surrounding a white giant pearl, like a Mabe pearl or something, because it's a little bit oceanic, but not too much of the blues.
Yeah.
Oh, it's absolutely stunning.
What?
Are you kidding?
Okay. How many of these do you have? What? 13 or 30? Oh dear. Good luck. That's all I'm going to say on that one. Good luck. There are 13 of these and that is it.
30 centimetre strand. 150 odd gemstones. Wow.
Oh dear, there is hardly any of these remaining. At £5.95 they are going to go. So I'm going to leave there with you. I'm going to leave those there with you. The final one I've got in the microfaceted showcase is pyrite. Again, another one that I wouldn't have expected to be, woo, microfaceted.
Is it coated?
No. Oh yes, silver coated.
That is absolutely the most striking.
You can see
From
it from
across
over there,
here,
can't you? Actually
no
see it?
glasses. Wow.
It's like, it's got the diamond feel, hasn't it?
It really has. I know we were talking last time about how the Victorians used to use their marcasite pyrite
Yep.
as a replicant or a replacement for diamonds.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, look at that. That is astounding. That's an exciting strand. They've all been exciting. I love microfaceted gemstones.
I love this strand.
You know when you see a puppy whose tail is basically a blur because it's so happy?
Yes.
That's what this showcase has made me feel.
I'm wanting to surround every single piece of jewellery in this.
Yep.
I want to surround every single cab. I want to add it to seed beading designs. Look, I mean, just look at that, simple, on its own, nothing else, nothing more, just that as a surround. Oi, 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 oi,
Beautiful.
I like that a lot. £6.95. Please tell me we have more than 13 of these available. Yes! 135. You can get more than one of these. We're not going to put a limit on how many you have. Already Jane's got 3, Joy's got 2. Grab as many of these as you can. It's £6.95. Goodness me. Even 10. Imagine what you could do with 10 of these.
I would probably just use 3 and put them in a little trilogy ring.
Ooh.
Play around with your different wire colours and the gemstone itself will act completely differently.
Wow. That'd be one of those items like you did with the amber earlier. Imagine doing little rings like that.
You could, absolutely you could. You could put 2 or 3 between and then support it with an extra couple of swirls of wire just to add some extra strength to it.
Yeah.
That'd be gorgeous. Or channel set with them. They're going to look amazing channel set. And that again, different wires are going to interact differently with the gem.
I'm loving it. Loving it, loving it, loving it. I'm also loving the idea of a stretchy, but I don't think the elastic will go through.
Not usually on your microfaceted, however it's worth a try because pyrite it's nice and stable when it's drilled, as in my experience. So you tend to get quite good drill holes. It's worth a look, but probably not on a 2mm gemstone.
I like it crisscrossed across it. It's lovely. Lovely. Really lovely. Congratulations if you managed to get a hold of those ones. So, oh, I love this gemstone. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, you're going to love this. Take a look.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Kunzite.
Oh my word. Look at that silk. Oh, that's amazing.
You are actually getting a chatoyancy across there, aren't you? Oh, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love. Look at that. Not very often do you get to see that. Yeah. Ring. For me, that's a ring.
Every day, absolutely.
So would you just get a, I mean, what is it? It's 14mm. So you could just get yourself a ring shank with a fitting that you could just mount it onto.
Yeah, you could get yourself a ready-to-set ring, but 14mm is still perfectly settable as a pendant or a ring. Use your prong setting. You can use your crinkler tool to generate a setting. But personally, a kunzite round of 14mm, I would want the setting sterling silver gallery wire and solder it to a handcrafted ring shank. That is stunning.
No, that really is amazing. It's such a beautiful, beautiful colour as well. £12.95, fabulous price point. This is the thing, I mean, we are able to bring you high class gemstones. You think of kunzite, you don't think of your average store, do you? You think of high glamour, you think of high fashion, and you're getting a kunzite, you're getting a beautiful, beautiful gemstone. Yes, it's not the same as it being a clear gemstone, but I think you get so much more personality and so much more characteristics when you have all of those inclusions, when you have all of those beautiful, it is a personality.
I like silks in my kunzite. I think it makes it really perform, and you can really appreciate that very specific sort of lilac tone, because it's basically a pink gemstone, isn't it? It's basically a pink gem, but it has that extra element, sort of a silvery lilac effect, and when you have the silks in it, that really shows.
You've got a mysticism to it.
You have, yeah.
It's really ethereal, really ethereal. Now, I'm going to bring you some more amber.
You're unbelievable. Sorry, it slipped out.
Yeah, it wasn't me this hour. Wasn't me. Final 10 chances on this one. It is amber nuggets that we are looking at. I'm going to bring you some amber nuggets. Got to say how surprised I was at the price of an amber bracelet for my little one when she was younger.
Ah, yes.
It was a tiny, you can imagine, can't you? Tiny little bracelet of amber nuggets with a little plastic screw in so you could close it. And it was £15 in the sale.
I believe it.
Yeah, it should have been 20. And did she wear it? No. Did she absolutely hate it with a passion and try to pull it off at every single instant?
Of course she did.
Of course she did. But it still cost me £15 for something no bigger than about that.
And was that rounds or was that sort of nuggety?
No, it's just nuggets.
Yeah.
Just nuggets. For something about that big. This is £6.95.
40.
Restrand it. Stretchy. Done.
Absolutely gorgeous.
There is only a very limited amount of these, I'm afraid. Did you say 13? Oh, 10. Sorry, 10.
But 40 centimetres is a very generous strand, isn't it?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
For anything, but for amber, that's exceptional. When I first started looking at buying amber, you could get a little pochet of 50 beads, not dissimilar to this, and that would have been £8 to £12.
Yeah.
Depending on where you were getting it from.
Yeah.
And there's significantly more than 50 beads on that strand, I can assure you.
To be fair, I do love that little bracelet. I do love it.
Yeah.
I don't love the price I paid for it, but still, didn't really have time to make one myself at that point. Right, we've got, look at this, hello. Hey. Gold-plated 925 sterling silver. How sweet is this? You've got movability to this. It's almost hypnotic, isn't it?
It is. It's what I refer to as a faux bezel or a floating bezel. Ooh. So you've got a little bezel set around the amber itself, but then you've got airspace between the extra segment that encircles it. And it's just lovely that it's free moving within.
It's almost like a skipping rope.
Yeah, I guess it is. If your amber wants to keep fit.
After the sports day today, I think I need to start with the skipping rope. So you've got this wonderful section to the back as well. The attention to detail is fabulous. So at the front, you've got this beaded section. And then at the back, you have these lovely, almost pebble-like sections of the gold silver. There's a big, big amount of the silver in this, which is brilliant to see. But also, I think these would look fabulous as earrings.
They'd be perfect again,
Yeah.
because of the movement, because of the lightweightness of, or the relative density of amber being so light.
Yeah.
Be fab, fab, absolutely fab.
Oh, I love that. I love the movement. Yes, earrings I think would be perfect for these. Maybe if you can, get yourself 2. Because we are going as low as... Not that, we're going lower, there we are. £12.95. £12.95. See it, like it, love it, grab it. Get yourself a suite if you can.
I would absolutely endorse going for 3. Get yourself a bit more of a posh gift presentation box. Pop them on a gold-plated sterling silver chain, gold-plated sterling silver ear hooks, and you've got a set there that could potentially retail in a boutique from £150. If you sort of look around at where you want to aim that market, I think there is a huge potential for making money from something that you don't have to do a huge amount to if you don't want to. I mean, obviously you can. You want to do something spectacular with it, go for your life, but in terms of simple, quick, easy turnaround, these are key items to kind of harvest and store.
There we are. Harvest and store. Now, I've got for you a 3-piece connect. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'd want to wear it backwards. Will you check it out for a moment? I'll show you the front. It's beautiful at the front. It is beautiful at the front. Very beautiful at the front. But check out the back. Hello!
I love this so much. In my mind, it's an Aztec sun god.
Yeah. It is absolutely brilliant. Would you wear it reversed?
I would. Because you've still got that element of amber peeking around and peeking through. You can still see very much that it's an amber piece.
Yeah.
I love those.
It is perfect, isn't it? There's just such an amazing quality to it with that silver against that golden background. And again, it's going back to the nature in things. So you've got the floral design. Attaching it to nature, attaching it to the fact that it's an organic. Formed from trees millions of years ago. Well, should I say the amber was formed from resin of the trees millions of years ago. And the trees used to love the sun and still do today. So almost like the sunlight feel to it. That connection. £14.95 as well. Brilliant price point. Seriously brilliant price point. Again, that's another one of those items that if we were going along with the easy way of doing things, popcorn chain done. Necklace or wrist.
You don't have to work hard to make something that's absolutely stunning, eye-catching. And it's not a component that's going to pop up many other places. I don't think I've never seen anything like this unless it has kind of been sourced from JewelleryMaker.
Can I suggest earrings?
I would. I like a nice dangly earring.
Because you could attach something at the bottom there.
You could.
A tassel maybe if you wanted to, a chain tassel.
Yes, a chain tassel would be lovely. Some of the super fine, ultra light sterling silver chain, just with a piece of 0.25 wire holding it together at the top. That'd be lush.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh, I agree with that. Next up, pendant. I like this. Very Celtic. Very Celtic, very beautiful. Really elegant feel to this one. It's all in that design, and again, it's drawing the eye specifically to the gemstone.
I've not seen that one before. That is heart-stoppingly beautiful. It's very, very elegant. It's giving you the effect of a hand-woven wirework piece, a plaited silver. It's gorgeous.
Take a look at the effect you're getting at the back as well, the way it swirls round. There is just a beauty to it. I'm really actually in awe of the way it's been done, because it does look so simple, but there must have been so much work to actually get the shape and to get the silver to mould beautifully around in the way it is. Even if it has been sort of poured into a mould itself and set, there's still somebody who has sat and figured out how this is going to work, how it's going to sit, because it sits across the amber itself. The attention to detail, it's just magnificent. Should be £17.95. Becky is just contemplating how low she's going to go. Oh, be naughty. £12.95.
That's magnificent.
Cheeky, cheeky. That's a nice price, isn't it?
It is, it's lovely. And you don't often see a cushion cab. We see our pears, we see the rounds, we sometimes see the ovals. You don't see loads and loads of the cushion cab.
Yeah.
In anything, but it's really delicious in amber.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Absolutely is. See it, like it, love it, grab it. Oh, I do like that. It is like toffee, not cinder toffee. What's the other one? The crackle toffee.
The sort of thing you put on the outside of apples.
Yeah.
Yeah. Halloween toffee.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called.
Oh, I love it. Love it. Nothing quite like it. I'm tempted to say not earrings in this instance.
If you wanted to, you could, but I think that's a focal piece, a
Yeah.
pendant, and I wouldn't be tempted to do too much else to it. I just want it on a very simple, a jump ring, and then onto a chain, and I'd probably wear that quite high on the neckline. I think it would be absolutely stunning, just in and of itself.
Yeah.
There are always opportunities for making that really unique. I mean, you could plait a load of silver wire to draw together that sort of plaited element that's at the top of the cab.
Yeah.
So you do have choices to make it much more personal and much more handcrafted, hand-worked.
Yeah, that's a nice
but in
thing
and of
about
itself, it's lovely.
There you go. Now, oh, I've got a round. I've got a little sphere. A little sphere. I really like this one. It's a full-blown sphere, so it's not just a round, it's a full-blown sphere that you're getting. Look at this. So the silver, look how organic that looks.
That's amazing.
It just swoops around underneath, captures it beautifully, holds it into place, it's firmly set in place, it doesn't move, and then it allows the entire sphere to be hit by the light from as many different angles as is humanly possible, and it gives you the most serene effect, doesn't it?
That's gorgeous.
£8.95. Now, I would definitely be going for earrings on these ones. 2 of them, earrings. How beautiful would that look? Just shepherd hooks.
You don't have to do anything to make that shine.
No.
It's beautiful.
I'd be very happy with that.
I would.
Very happy.
Delighted with it for under £10.
Oh, yeah. And it'd be nice because you can actually reverse it. So instead of, sometimes when you have 2 of the same, the earrings go in a weird direction, don't
Yes.
they? Because they don't
Yeah.
quite line up. But because of the way this is orientated, you can turn one round and have it in the opposite direction. So you should have them either both pointing outwards or both pointing inwards rather than both pointing in one direction.
You get that element of symmetry,
Yes.
albeit not quite.
Yes.
But you get the design idea.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. Really lovely. Now, it is a superstar buy for you. If you missed out on the Moldavite earlier on, do not worry. It's happening right now as a star buy. So what I didn't tell you about Moldavite earlier on, we already know it's a magical gemstone, an incredible gemstone. It's the fact, and Gem did touch on it, it is out of this world. And for those of you who love space, you'll absolutely adore this because there are little elements of space inside said gemstone. Can you spot them? No, it's not an alien. Before you even think about it, no, it's not an alien. If I were to point out the little bubbles that you're seeing in the gemstone, would that be, what possibly could that be? Well, they do believe, and even NASA has sort of confirmed on this, when they hit the ground, there are little gas bubbles that have got trapped inside these gemstones, which potentially are gases from outer space.
And who doesn't love a bit of space gas?
Have a bit of space gas.
But it's out of this world. It literally is out of this world.
Yeah.
And that is a magnificent thing to hold in your hand.
Yep.
Elements that may or may not exist on the surface of the planet,
Yeah.
in your hands. It's like owning a piece of moon rock. It's something quite spectacular.
If that meteorite had not have hit the planet, this gemstone would not have existed because there is no way that this could have formed in the way that the other gemstones do. You have to think about it this way. Even if a volcano erupted, it wouldn't have the same composition with the... I mean, think about your volcanic glasses. You could potentially get air bubbles stuck in there. You could probably get various different gases stuck in there, but would it be the gases that you have in outer space? Not necessarily.
It's a very unique scenario, isn't it?
It's incredible, and I hope we are never in a situation where this gemstone is recreated. Just putting it out there. I love this gemstone species, I do, but to recreate it would be completely devastating. The size of the meteorite was massive.
It's a massive impact. It's a very high velocity that the rock was moving at. The temperatures involved.
It was something like 45,000 miles an hour or something.
It's ridiculously
or kilometres an hour
speedy.
or whatever it was.
It's faster than me going around the supermarket. And that's pretty rapid.
Fast, yeah. Even on your skinny ankles.
That's the only bit that is.
It's the same with me and my wrists. So you are getting a space element to this, which is one of the things I love, and that's it. If you are a lover of gemstones, the more unusual the gemstone, the better. It's really quite special to own something like a tanzanite from one location of the world, to own a Lara, which is formed by the percolation of cobalt through the rocks. It's brilliant to have something like this, which has formed only because a meteorite hit the planet. Of course, it is limited. It's a fabulous price point that you're getting right now, £119.95. Yeah. It's one of those ultimate gemstones, and if you can get the authenticity certificate, do so. Do so. So many people in the industry are trying to recreate this gemstone because they know it is limited. There is only, it's a really shallow depth. I can't remember how many, I think it's about 12 metres depth, and that's it. And it's surface level that you're looking at. It's not, like I said, like tanzanite where you're digging hundreds and hundreds of metres below the surface. Once it's gone, it's gone. It was a surface level impact, therefore it's a surface level stone. You've got a very limited amount of this and that's it. Once it's gone, it's gone. hopefully we won't get a meteor hitting the planet.
Let's avoid thinking about that.
Let's not think about that.
But isn't it lucky that it created a really beautiful tone?
Isn't it lucky we weren't alive back then when it happened? I don't think we would have known about it. I think we would have just been
There was a huge event in Tunguska in Russia at the beginning of the last century, but the meteor was nowhere near the size, the speed was nowhere near the same sort of levels of velocity, so it was quite devastating for the local area, but I don't believe that they've ever found Tunguskite. Although, works trip, let's go.
Let's do it.
Should be worth a laugh, eh?
It's quite interesting to think how many comets and meteorites actually do come close to the planet. There's lots throughout the year, each and every year. There are so many that come like so close.
I think the Space Agency have a near-Earth collision website or a segment, a page within the website.
Because that's going to make you happy, isn't it? Let's see how many times we potentially could get hit by an asteroid today.
But it's lovely to look out for them, get a telescope, pop up the garden, see if there's anything different coming past.
Yeah.
It's lovely, and wave as it goes by.
Hey! Talking of waving as it goes by, we have got one more kit which will be going very, very quickly. I think you're going to love it. Genuinely think you're going to love it. It is the most beautiful example of how to use your amber with other gemstones, and of course the gorgeous gem will be demonstrated. What are you demonstrating the next hour?
Probably the pendant nearest to us, this one. So we will see.
I like that one.
Good, I'm glad.
I like that one a lot, and I think you're lucky to come have a sneaky peek at it. Is that possible? Is there enough time for that? Look at this! Ultimate beauty, that. Now, that is coming up along with more trees in our final hour, right after this.
It's the hottest time of the year. We're in the midst of a heat wave. The sun is shining. Everyone is lapping up the sunshine. So what are we going to do? Christmas in July? Yes, you've heard us. We're going to get you jewellery makers ready for the festive period with plenty of time to spare. We have a launch of carrier beads with Mark Smith, brand new Christmas charms, brand new Umbra jewellery boxes and displays, DVD launches. We've got a beautiful sterling silver angel wing pendant, sparkling micro-faceted rubies, the most amazing strand of Ethiopian opal plain rounds, and so much more. You need to be watching. It's gonna be a cracker. Get it? Cracker? Christmas cracker?
If for any reason you're not satisfied with your purchase, you have the benefit of our 30-day money-back guarantee.
Welcome back. We were having a sneaky read.
We were, it's fascinating.
We were having a sneaky read of a book with lots of pictures of different minerals. We were like, oh, that's an interesting name.
There were some pretty odd names in there, let's be honest.
Yeah, there is, because the mineral names of gemstones are completely different than the gemstones as we know them. And there's lots of other minerals out there as well that aren't associated or known as gemstones in their own right. So there we are. Right, it is kit time. Could you pass me the kit, please?
I think there's another half somewhere.
There should be another half. Where would the other half be? Now, I have got here a lovely strand of black spinel. Big, bold and beautiful black spinel. Fully faceted in each and every single way. You're getting a graduation on this, 4x2 right up to 6x3 millimetres, and it's a humongous 80 carats.
Gosh, that is very generous. And that is your ultimate black gemstone for me.
Absolutely.
It's the preciseness of cutting, it really takes a facet so beautifully. And the paparazzi sparkle.
It's the party stone. Now, for those of you who will detest me for mentioning the C word, I'm going to mention the C word.
Crisps.
Crisps, yes. I was going to say chocolate, actually.
Cake.
Cake, yes, definitely cake. I ate 2 cakes today. I feel really bad for it. But they were nice. Now, if you are thinking about making to sell for future events, such as...
seasonal celebrations?
Yes, beginning with a C. This is the perfect gemstone because it's ideal for that time of the year. It works with any party situation.
Absolutely does.
A dress it up party, it looks amazing. A dress it down party, it looks amazing. Just a going out with work party, it looks amazing.
And if you have to pop out from work but you don't have time or opportunity to change your outfit, taking that in your bag will change up how you feel about yourself and how others view your very simple. You could go in a black polo neck, pop on your paparazzi sparkle, and it's a completely different outfit all of a sudden.
There you go. Love it. Absolutely love this gemstone. And it does go with everything. It absolutely goes with everything. Clothes-wise, as well as colour-wise, as well as gemstone-wise. Just works in every single way. It's classic chic noir.
Chic noir.
Chic noir. And it says 80s there. It just reminds me of the 80s, actually.
There is an element, yeah. There was quite a lot of... It tended to be plastic. But
yes,
big,
it did.
Bold, black pieces of jewellery.
With the look of facets.
Yes.
Yeah.
So to be able to do that in a genuine gemstone of this sort of quality is fantastic.
This is what I like. I mean, we're actually in a period that costume jewellery was around to recreate the look of gemstone jewellery for those people who weren't able to afford gemstone jewellery. I love the fact we've turned it on its head and we are now able to create costume jewellery styles with real gemstones. And that for me is fabulous. Love it. So in this, you're also going to be getting 2 lengths, 1 metre each of sterling silver wire. One of those is going to be 0.4mm, and one of those is going to be 1mm.
Your desert island gauges.
And there you have it. Desert island gauges. Sounds like a radio station. So you have got your 1mm, you have got your 0.4mm there as well, and you have that incredible strand of spinel. The question is, what can we do price-wise for you this evening? Becky's in the seat and she's dropped it to £24.95.
That's fabulous. That is absolutely fantastic.
It's a brilliant price when you think about the fact it's 925 sterling silver wire you're getting. 925 sterling silver in 0.4, 925 sterling silver in 1 mil, and that is 2 metres in total, one of each. Leslie's already there straight away. Heather's there as well. Collection Hertfordshire's there as well.
Not surprised. My very first strand of black spinel that I purchased was, I think, 6-7 mil, I think they were, and that cost me £25. And then the authenticity certificate cost me another £5, and then I had to pay for import duty and postage. I bought it from it was either Mumbai or Jaipur, I forget where it was. So to have that amount of spinel with that beautiful facet work plus your 2 strands, that's amazing. And if you wanted your authenticity certificate, it is only 25p, not £5.
25, that's it. I mean, and it does vary in price, authenticity cards, from various different places, and you can pay a lot. I mean, £5 is considerable.
It was surprising, to say the least.
Yeah. 25 pence for the one you're going to get with this. If you would like to add that to your order, you can. 25 pence more, that's it. Which is brilliant. Now, that's the first part of the kit. So let me leave that there with you for a second, because I need to bring you the next part of the kit.
This is so delicious. Absolutely delicious. My word of the day
as well
in Swedish is jättegott, which means really good, really tasty. So they're delicious. I don't know why you needed to know my word of the day in Swedish, but there you go.
Jättegott.
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 It literally means really giant tasty.
Jättegott. Don't eat.
Don't eat, no.
Jättegott. These are indeed jättegott. It's a trio, you are getting all 3. I did have to question that. I did have to question that, because you don't expect to see all 3 pendants in one go. One at a time. One at a time, that's what I would have expected.
And the colour of the amber, it's absolutely astonishing.
Deep, rich, ruby red. Well, it's more of a claret, isn't it, than a ruby red, in fairness?
It is. It's like the best cherry. It's actually casting light on your thumb.
Yes.
And thumbs aren't usually receptive because they have quite thick skin. They're not usually receptive to receiving the light sent by a gemstone. But it is very, very strong.
You're saying I'm thick-skinned?
No, I'm saying that thumbs have thick skins.
I'm winding you up, my lovely.
So somebody said to me the other day, your legs are white because legs have got thick skin. I've had my legs out now for 8 weeks in the sunshine and they're still the colour of correction fluid. It's ridiculous. Genuinely, absolutely horrifying, the whiteness of my legs. And I was mortally offended. They said it's because you've got thick legs. No, it's the thick skin. So if your light is going through the amber and casting onto your thumbs, that for me means that it's got a really nice colour. And that's probably the most random thing anybody's ever said ever. Sorry.
That's fine. Randomness is always good, especially on an evening show. £31.95 for 3 of these, which is brilliant again. I mean, you look at the effect.
Absolutely beautiful silver work. Again, it's just like somebody has piped the silver.
Oh, it does look like that.
But not the way I pipe. My icing work is not great, but like a professional person has piped. Just beautiful, smooth, perfect swirls, and so elegant. Those little curls are just gorgeous.
They are beautifully done. It's got that organic feel to it. Again, that's what I like about all of these pieces with the amber. The organic nature to the silver work on every single one, even with the differences, is really quite exceptional. Yeah, I think you're going to love it. I think you're genuinely going to love it. So what are you going to demonstrate? Let's have a little sneaky peek at the jewellery first, though, so we can see what you can potentially be doing.
Wonderful. Well, I used 2 of the cab elements in a pair of earrings because I thought it would be dreadfully rude not to. And as we were talking earlier, it's very simple just to kind of reverse the design, so there's an element of opposite symmetry in the little swirls, and it's just a very, very simple design detail, but I think it changes up how your jewellery appears. But I thought we'd look at the necklace on the bust that's nearest to me on the upper shelf, just to show you, because I often talk about this piece is usable as it is, as a pendant or as a component, but if you wanted to further enhance it, you could just add some wire around the outside. It's very easy to say. You could just add some wire around the outside, but I thought it'd be nice to kind of have a look at some ideas of what you can do.
Yeah.
And obviously you can do some quite fancy wire weaving. The reason I've kept this one quite simple is because we get sent a kit to work within the parameters of that kit. So I've not added and added and added loads and loads of other wires to it. All of these pieces are made with the wire that has been provided within the kit that we were looking at a moment ago.
Yeah.
So I've kept it quite simple. But yeah, if you fancy looking at that one, how does that sound?
Yes, that'd be brilliant.
Wonderful. Well, I shall steal that from the bust then and pop it down on the blank canvas here so that we can work towards creating that section. So this again is kind of jointed. We were looking at an element earlier on which you referred to as a skipping rope. So there's an element in the middle which has movement. So you could recreate these as earrings and then you have that kind of movement within and it will sort of jiggle around. But I think it's quite cute as a pendant.
See, that's not a skipping rope. The other one was shaped in an unusual way. That's more of your you know, the circles that they have
bezel
where people do the acrobatics. That's what that is.
Oh yes, have you seen the ladies that do the hoops in the air, the high up?
That's what I mean.
Righty ho. So we'll have a look at recreating something like this. And what we will do is we'll work on creating the surrounding section and then I'll show you how to add in the pendant piece or the cabochon piece in the centre if you decide that that's what you wanted to do with it.
Sounds good to me.
Righty-ho, so I'm going to work with the 1mm wire primarily, and again what I tend to do is just give that a little bit of a warm so that we can get some fluidity. Now this is a fairly silver heavy piece, but as I say, I didn't add any wire to this kit. Everything that you see is made within plan, basically.
So this is
the torque is from my collection. I carry a bag of different coloured torques around with me, so that I don't have to kind of recreate the same thing over and over again.
Brilliant.
So we'll just give that a bit of a smooth, get some heat into it, and we're going to leave a tail of around about 2 inches at one end, which we're just going to ignore for the time being, because later on we will utilise that to add on our component section further down. So you need a good sort of 2 to 3 inches just there, which we're going to ignore. Pull out the spool of wire or the length of wire and just give that a little bit of warmth. And all we're going to do is utilise our round nose pliers to start putting some coils in. We're just going to draw that wire all the way around, switch your position so that your plier comes on the inside, and just continue a couple of times until you start getting a little bit of a circuit going on. Now you can see what I'm doing here is I'm pulling the wire from further away. I'm not trying to drag it immediately from where I'm holding it with the pliers. I'm allowing the strength of the wire to give me that arc. Now if you wanted your little loops to be on the outside, you could do that equally, but I'm just going to show you how to do that on the inside. So I'm just going to draw that tail all the way around until I get almost a complete loop. Give that a bit of a squeeze if you like. Pop the plier back in and continue in the same direction. So here is what I'm talking about. I'm just putting a little bit of a curvature with my thumb, utilising the warmth of my body and the fact that I've pre-warmed the wire. Now you can put as many or as few loops in as you want. What we're looking to do is make sure that we've got enough space. Just draw that around, and that again is testament to the quality of the wire that we're working with. I can just get that shape to almost form itself. It's very, very easy to work with. So we need to ensure that we've got enough space in here, and if you wanted to add some of the spinel again, if you want to add them on the outside, sorry that's just got caught on the side, there we go. I've popped everything on the inside of my main frame here. You could equally have your loops on the outside, which is quite an attractive feature, or you could have your gemstones, your spinels could be set on the outside. It's exactly the same technique, just opposite if you follow the logic. So I'll pop that over to one side so that you can refer to it as we work through the demo. That should still just be envisioned there. So what we need to do now is, whilst we've still got an open access here, we've not tied everything together, I'm going to show you how to set some of those spinels down the outside. Now I like playing with numbers in my jewellery, so I have a family of 3. There's my husband, my son and myself, so I tend to use a lot of 3s in the jewellery that I make because it's an important number to me, and that's something that you can utilise in your own jewellery, whether you're making to gift or you're making to sell. bespoke commissions. It's really, it's quite a sweet and relatively simple way to integrate something very, very personal into your jewellery range. So I'm just going to pop my beautiful cabochon piece back into position, make sure I've got enough space, and I'm happy that that will sit quite nicely. Just going to add a little bit more to that curve at the top so I can see what it is I'm doing. That all looks good so far, so I'm just going to pop the cab out of the way, and I'm going to, there are two ways that you can do this next section. You can pre-thread all of your gemstones onto the length of the wire. You can either tie a little knot at the end, you can utilise one as a stopper bead, or you can use one of our lovely spring clips which come up from time to time, which are called bead stoppers. They're quite handy. You can use them on your wires as well as on your beading materials and threads. The way that I'm going to do this today is I'm going to cut a shorter section of wire than I will actually need, just so that I can demonstrate this to you easily. If you were wanting to put all 7 of your black spinels onto this design, you'd probably need a good sort of 16 inches or so of the 0.4mm gauge. I'm going to demonstrate with a shorter amount so that there's less wastage. So as I say, you can either add all of your gemstones on in advance, or you can thread them on from the far end once you've got started, which is what I'm going to show you how to do now. So if we imagine that this is the 6 o'clock position I'm looking at now on our pendant, I'm going to lay about 3/4 of an inch over the top of the 6 o'clock position and just make sure that I get a good solid hold on the surrounding wire or the framework wire. And when I'm working with a 0.4mm gauge wire to carry gemstones and attach them onto a design, I recommend about 3 or 4 good turns to make sure that you get a lovely firm grip. Fewer than that and you stand the opportunity for things to start coming undone. So I've got probably 5 turns there, and I'm going to show you how to set one on the outside and one on the inside, so you can change up the design and make it your own, or you can replicate that if you so desire. So imagining that we've got the full sort of 16 inches or so of 0.4mm gauge, I'm going to add on a gemstone to the far end, allow it to zip wire down into position, holding the gemstone against the frame. This is my frame wire, this is my bearer of gemstones wire, or my binding wire, or my 0.4 if that's easier.
I like the bearer of gemstones wire.
The bearer of gemstones. Let's make that a thing. So at the moment you can see I've got my coil and my fine bearer wire comes over the top. So what I want to do is to support the gemstone so that the flat side sits flush against the framework wire. I'm going to draw the tail all the way round and underneath. Now if you've preloaded your gemstones, you'll have to pull them all the way through that little gap there, which is why I tend to use this technique. It means you have to work with a bit of wire and you're kind of scooching your gemstones down, but it's just slightly less awkward. So 1 turn is okay. I tend to go for 2 or 3 turns around that framework in between each gemstone. So if you wanted to work entirely on the outside, I'm going to add a second gem into position. Imagine again that that is your long length of wire and I'm drawing that all the way down, and you would sit it against the wire and repeat exactly as you did the first time. If you want to alternate, you can take that around to the inside, give that a bit of a squeeze so that's nice and firm, hold that second gemstone flat against the framework, take the tail through and wrap another 3 times. So you can return to alternating, or you can do 3 on the inside, 3 on the outside, or all on one side of that wire, whichever you prefer. But that's how we're going to sit our gemstones on that framework. So I'm going to leave that part of the demonstration behind because you're just kind of repeating the same thing. So what we need to do when we come up to the top is find a way to create a neck which will become the segment that attaches to a bail or an aperture, which allows us to thread our pendant onto a necklace piece or a torque or something similar. So we're going to look to have a straight line coming up at the 12 o'clock position and create a wrapped loop before we come back down and capture our little amber segment that we're working into the design. So I'm looking to find, if this is my 6 o'clock, then here's my 12 o'clock at the top. I want to give myself a nice upright just here in this position, and then I'm going to turn my design through 90 degrees And coming up from where we created that turn, I'm going to use a pair of flat facing pliers about 5mm above the bend. I'm going to put a right angle forwards on the design, so you can see that I'll just hold that out of the way, you can see that that's coming forwards. And that's the beginning of our wrapped loop. And now you can use your round nose pliers if you prefer, but I'm going to use my bail makers to generate quite a nice generous loop, which means that I can utilise this on something like a kumihimo thread or a beaded thread, necklace, something along those lines. So I'm going to draw the tail of the wire all the way around. Once I remove my bail makers, you'll be able to see that that's given us a nice circular form which will act as the bail. Now at this stage I'm going to come in with some flat facing pliers and give that a good ommi-nommi, because that will help us to work harden our silver wire. If you wished to take that to the corner of a steel block and hammer it, that's also a good idea. It means that your jewellery is going to last much longer in its lifetime. So I'm going to support my loop now and create a wrap. So I've got my tail of the 1mm wire coming all the way around. I'm just going to give that 1 or 2 wraps around. What we're doing here is we're adding a decorative feature to the pendant, but we're also strengthening the part of the pendant that sees a lot of action and stress. So I've just done 2 wraps there, but I tend to do a few more in a piece because it's just a little bit prettier. Now this is the stage at which you can cut. Give yourself maybe an inch and a half or so. So it's always a little bit nerve-wracking when we're working with sterling silver wire to make that cut, so make sure that you're happy before you press the button, as it were. What I'm going to do here is take this tail at the front and pop a little coil. Coils are handy for kind of hiding our less attractive sections or more mechanical sections of work. So my coils decided to go a bit 3D, so I'm just going to give that a squeeze and take that up and across the front of our bail at the top. And in this way we're kind of replicating the design that's on the side of the cabochon. You get those lovely swirls, so we're trying to not copy it so much but kind of replicate the smooth flowing element of the design. So we've created our outer frame or our floating bezel, and what we want to do now is find a way to attach our component part to the design. So what I'm going to do, we've got our 2 to 3 inch tail that we were working on earlier. I'm going to draw that, I think, across the front of the design, give that a lovely smooth. This is the point that we're going to seal the circle, so we need to make sure that we're happy with the size. If all of our gemstones are on the inside of the frame, it shrinks the aperture that we have to work with. So just make sure that you're happy with that before you put our first bend in. Now I've taken my tail of 1mm over the front. So what I want to do is get a nice sharp bend at exactly the position I want my frame to take its shape. So we're looking at having a 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock here, and we need to be sure that we're happy with the dimension and the form. So I've got my tail across the back and I'm going to give that a bit of a pinch, draw that around once so that it fits underneath the coil we made earlier. Again, we're going to take that round to the back of the design, and now we're going to draw it down. And this is now pointing to 6 o'clock again. If you look at the orientation of the loop at the top of our design, of our amber cabochon, it is flat to the surface. So that means we will need 90 degrees, a loop, to add our design on. So if you put a loop and it goes the same dimension in the same plane, you're not going to be able to connect those. You will need a jump ring. So we want it to be in the opposite 90-degree plane. And to do that, I'm going to come in with my flat nose pliers, push my tail of wire up. And because I want quite a diminutive loop at this stage, I am going to come in with the round nose pliers and just form the first half of a little section within there. I don't know if you can see that okay. So if I show you on the number 2, you'll be able to see that I've got a little half loop starting to form, and that goes in the centre of the design just here. I'm just showing you the back there, sorry, had a dim moment. And then all we're going to do is just slide that into position and complete with a wrapped loop, making sure that we've got the front of the amber design facing the front of the coil. So I've already shown you how to do a wrapped loop, so we're just kind of finishing that off. You can support the piece if you so desire, and just draw the tail of wire around and finish up with a wrapped loop on the inside. And it should, with any theory, look something like this. If you've got enough of a tail left, you can of course add another coil, another sort of swirl. So you can see the coil I did on the piece that was on the bust is quite open, and again that is really designed to replicate those lovely smooth, almost wave-like appearances. And it's something in New Zealand, they have a lot of kind of wave type designs in the Maori culture, and that's one of the things it reminds me of. It's really beautiful, really lovely.
Thank you, my lovely. Thank you very much for that. Now, believe it or not, we've already come to the point where it's time for a star buy. Hello, hello, hello. It's Amber Weekend. Unbelievably, I've got one in. I didn't do one in the last hour. So technically, I am allowed another one. It has been allowed. So, here we have my star buy. And isn't it beautiful? It's like a sculpture.
Oh, that's lovely.
A modern sculpture. A modern piece of art.
I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm. In a strange way, it reminds me of an owl as well.
It's like a Salvador Dali owl.
Yes.
I like it. I like your thinking.
Beautiful look. I am thinking Salvador Dali now you said that.
There's an element of kind of the way that the angles sit opposite to where you expect them to sit.
Yes. But they work.
They do.
They really, really work. So you're getting these unusual shapes all together. Separately, you wouldn't think they were unusual, but all together.
And
but
how they sit
yeah,
together.
They work.
Yeah.
It's almost like, is it a cairn?
Have you seen the people that stack the beach cairns and river cairns, but they're done with such precision and beautiful movement, and they sit there and they support the bigger stones while they put little stones on top, and it's all about perfect balance. Have you not seen it?
No.
You need to head to a website which shares videos and tells you all about it. It's amazing.
See, this is where I'm going to go back to the Blue John Cavern, because there is one stone and it's big. It's big. And it is held in place. It's petrifying when you are told exactly how it's held in place. So it's got a giant top and a very small, narrow base. And it's held in place by 3 points.
Wow.
That is it.
That's amazing.
And it is literally, it is just touching, just touching the rock next to it. And you're looking at it going, how is that still standing? And should I go anywhere near it? Because
do we often have earthquakes in Derbyshire is the question.
No. But it's been sitting like that for thousands of years, so you kind of go, oh, it's all right then. But that's the kind of look that you've got here. They're almost like they're precariously balanced and they should never be positioned. However, it also looks at the same time, like with the cairns, the way they are positioned could potentially mean that if they were real shapes, they would balance. It's a very beautiful look to it. Earrings, they would look fantastic if you got two of them together. Pendant, it'd be fantastic. Now, it should be £12.95, but as it's a star buy, and it is Amber Weekend, we're going to take it under 10. Unbelievable! That's my second one. That's it now. No more. Didn't waste it. I thought that was pretty good.
That was a good one.
I thought it was pretty good.
I enjoyed it.
Oh. Have I got to the predictable stage? Oh. Old material. I've got one thumbs up, so that's all good. 4 thumbs up, even better. Whoop, whoop. Definitely 4 thumbs up to this price though, isn't it? £8.95, you're getting all that gorgeous sterling silver and those beautiful shapes, and it looks amazing.
It does, it's absolutely glorious. Lovely shades as well, lovely tones.
Yes. Yeah, it does have really lovely shades. You've got the bright citrusy yellow, you've got the gorgeous green in there, and of course you've got your classic amber as well. Oh, that classic amber. Gorgeous look. Could you turn it into a bracelet? I know you've got the hoop at the top, but how would you attach if you were... Could you solder a hoop onto it?
I wouldn't probably try to solder metal that's already set with amber in it. There's, I mean, you can get heat paste, but I wouldn't think it would protect it enough. What you could do is pop it over a bar of wire and then connect it, because you've got the points between them. You could sort of weave it into position.
Yeah.
And I'd want to use sterling silver with it to kind of replicate the quality of the design itself.
Can I just point out that was not me this time damaging the set or throwing things or knocking things over. It wasn't actually me this time.
But sometimes the ends of the strands aren't always 100% tied, are they?
No. That was Tom.
I'm happy.
I shouldn't have said that. Sorry, he's glaring at me now. It was me entirely. It's all right. Oh dear. Oh dear. I think, oh dear. Never mind, it's all good. They have been reclaimed. £8.95. Loads of you on the phone lines for this one. It is a fabulous price, but if you haven't already done so and you've just turned over, you are actually looking at the genuine price right now on the screen. If you see it, like it, love it, grab it. 0800 644 655 is the number to be dialing. If you haven't already done so, dial it now. If you are on the app, get it checked out. If you're on the website, check it out as well. You've still got that one postage and packaging right up until the one big time of the night, midnight. Now, on and gone ones, on and gone. Very limited stock on each and every single one of these, so if you want it, you need to be quick. So we have got this gorgeous little pendant. Oh, look at the colour.
Oh, that's delightful. Oh my gosh, that's really strong.
Yeah, it is. Cherry amber. Nom nom nom. Do not eat it. But it has got that kind of, ooh, ummy-nummy forest fruits.
Ooh.
Black forest gatto. That's kind of what it's reminding me of right now. Please do not attempt to eat this like the black forest gatto. Please feel free to go out and buy yourself one though and enjoy it. £12.95 it should be. We're going under 10. We are going under 10. Again, set in gorgeous sterling silver, beautiful attention to detail on the outsides. £9.95. It's brilliant look, isn't it? Big, bold and beautiful. Perfect as a ring, perfect as a gorgeous little pendant. Again, it's got that reenactment kind of feel to it.
It does, with the rope work effect.
Yeah.
Really lovely.
With that cherry glow to it.
Again, that's one that I would consider trimming the loop, filing the loop down and prong setting that in a ring.
You would trim the loop?
I would trim the loop.
Do you know what, actually? Prong set it as a ring, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be gorgeous. And if
Without
you didn't want
a doubt.
to trim the loop, you could have a little bell charm hanging off the loop as a ring. Wouldn't that be cute?
That would be really sweet.
It'd be different anyway, wouldn't it?
It would. No, I quite like the idea of that.
Or put 3 little bells on it, everybody would know where you were.
I need one for the cat.
You do need one for the cat, yeah, definitely.
So far, she has bought home, not as gifts. I know cats do gift things, but these are definitely not gifts. These are definitely, I want to eat them, get away from me, I want to eat them. Half a mouse, a dead bird, a live bird, several moths, a southern fried chicken wing, and a pork chop.
Where did she steal a polka chopper from?
I have no idea.
The mind boggles.
I
Is she a
have
cat
no
burglar by
idea.
any chance?
Quite possibly. Oh dear. She brings great joy. Great, she's highly amusing. 3 o'clock in the morning. Give me love! Give me love! Cuddle me! Cuddle, go away, I need to sleep. Meow! Next up, I'm going to bring you these. Actually, I'm going to need, is there another background?
Got a grey one.
That would be beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we have got connectors here, and I believe you may well be having 10 of these connectors. Yes. Yes. 10 of the connectors in a pack. Again, sterling silver, beautifully surrounded. Again, it's got that kind of almost a Viking feel to it.
They are lovely.
Reenactment Viking.
Or just one of those with some chainmail either side.
Oh, hello, yes please.
Or sterling silver Viking knit with one of those in the middle. That'd be tasty.
Oh, very. Don't eat it. Baltic cherry amber. So it's got that lovely, rich, sumptuous tone. The look that you're getting. Love the fact it goes through to the back. I mean, look at the attention to detail there.
That's fantastic.
£17.95 for all 10.
That's amazing.
I'm thinking you could turn it into a ring. You know how you did the amber previously? Just something simple, one bit of the 1mm. Hook it onto either side. That's a really simple ring.
It is. It's virtually the same design as well, except the way that you angle the loops, which you will work out. They're just kind of on the end of the wire rather than poking up.
Ah.
It's exactly the same kind of technique, but a shorter piece of silver.
Fair enough. Even better.
Yeah, and just less than £1.80 each. That's a magnificent, magnificent bargain for me.
Yeah, it really is. Absolutely is. Yeah, I love it when we get 10 packs like this because there is so much you can do with it. And if you are making to sell, you can use it as sparingly as you want, or you can use it as abundantly as you want. It's entirely up to you.
And because they're connectors and you've got the 2 loops, it wouldn't be very difficult to make them into cufflinks either.
Oh, okay.
I think those would be excellent as cufflinks.
They'd look very nice as cufflinks.
Well, they're, in my mind, suitable for any gender with that setting around them, the rope work, it's really lovely.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Do you want something pretty epic?
Yeah.
Check out the size of this. Bum, bum, bum. Pretty, epic. Wait for it. Wait for it. Da, da. It is amazing, isn't it?
That's absolutely fabulous. It is your Aztec sun god again.
Yeah. It's that beauty that you have, and you could have it as a secret if you wanted to. I mean, look at that. The smoothness of the surface is fantastic. So when you're looking at cherry amber, in comparison to your sort of cognac-y amber, you don't necessarily get the inclusions in a cherry amber. It's more about the depth of the colour. So you want to see the inclusions in the cognac amber. You want to see the inclusions there in your sort of greens and your lemon ambers. But when you've got a colour this deep and this rich, it's not about the inclusions. It's about the depth of that colour. And I think this, I mean, look at that. It's a huge piece. The depth of colour is very much present, isn't it?
Oh, definitely.
It's almost opaque. It's so strong. And then you've got that beautiful silver work over the surface, perfectly positioned to create the most alluring effect.
That's a lovely word as well.
£14.95. See it, like it, love it, grab it. That is a phenomenal, phenomenal price. I love that effect. Love it. It's so beautifully done. These do remind me of earrings. Now, if you like it, you're going to love this next one because I've got a matching connector for you. So you've got 2 loops on this one, again beautifully set. Now, wouldn't that be nice if you had a load of these as a bracelet?
Beautiful.
So the amb's actually sitting flush against, well not flush obviously because it's a rounded bottom, but actually sitting against your skin.
I would adore that, yeah, absolutely.
That would be the most wonderful way of wearing amber.
You could have just little, there's like a Russian link, like an infinity link that you can do in chainmail.
Oh.
I'm not a chainmailer, but just one of those in between each of them would kind of spread them out and just add to the drama.
Yes. Also, turn these into earrings really easily.
You could, yeah. You could just add one of the 5mm rounds from the 7 o'clock kit if you wanted to. Yeah. Just on a sterling silver head pin at the bottom. Or again, because it's solid precious metal, you could cut, polish, file.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking chains. I'm thinking a tassel with chains.
Oh, lovely idea.
£9.95. So again, you're taking it under £10. If you see it, you like it, you love it.
You grab it.
There we are. See it, like it, love it, grab it. If you've never tried this before, try this now for the first time. It's so simple to take part. All you need to do is dial the number at the bottom of the screen, which of course is 0800 644 655, or you can go on the website, which is my preferred choice. I do ring through. I do like talking to the call centre, but I do also like to have the ability to see what I've missed before.
Oh, definitely.
So you can kind of go, oh, I've missed the morning show, but I'm just going to go scroll back. Let's see what's there. That's still available, I'll have that. Oh no, that's gone. It does break my heart when I see the things that have gone, but yeah, it's a really nice way of doing it. So you can do it either or. There's the app, there's the website, and of course you can ring through as well. So please feel free to do any of those. And if it is the first time for you, if you spend more than £4.95, you will get your starter kit as well, which of course has got the folder, which has your recipe cards for various different designs. It has a breakdown of all the different components that you'll be using, so you know everything inside and out before you start. And it has a beading pack, a findings pack, and your tools as well. So you'll be getting a round nose plier, I think we established, wasn't it? Round nose plier, chain nose plier, and a side cutter in there as well. So it literally is everything you could possibly want. Oh, and a DVD as well. Everything you could possibly want to start jewellery making. It's brilliant. Now, I've got the same design as a pendant, but a little bit smaller. So if you are wanting to sort of do earrings, this might be the one that you go for instead, or if you want something a little bit less dramatic, then this would be the one to go for as well. It's so pretty. And I have got some really bad news for you on this one.
Oh.
Oh, indeed. There is only 19 of these. That's it. It's the final 19.
Oh dear, that's a shame.
Oh dear.
I'd absolutely get them in the different sizes, because then you can kind of play around with linking them together if you want to.
Oh,
or
nice.
Some for earrings and some for a pendant. A lot of people like to sort of size down for the earrings, so it's really handy to have the different variations.
There we are. There we are. Although you don't have to size down if you don't want to with an amber. That's the beauty of it, because we established that earlier on, wasn't it?
It is. It's lovely and lightweight.
And it's lovely and affordable at £8.95. That's brilliant.
That is cracking. I love those.
I'm thinking a little bit abstractly here, and I'm thinking that would look really nice as a charm on a bag or on a purse or something like that.
That would look fab.
Just something you can carry around with you, or even turning it into a key ring.
I would like it as a key ring.
It'd be
I would
brilliant,
absolutely
wouldn't it?
have that on my keys, yeah. Could hang it from the rear view mirror in the car as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
Just catch the light beautifully, wouldn't
Yeah.
it?
I'm actually a little bit heartbroken that there's no longer the ability to have phone charms.
Which aperture did you put it in? The audio slot?
No, because it used to, the phones used to have a tiny little thing at the top where you could just loop it on.
Okay, so you can get an adapter which fits in the audio slot. So where you would put your speaker wire or your earphone wire, you can get little tiny adapters and pop the charm on there instead. Because theoretically the plug is a really good snug fit. So you just get an adapter for your audio slot instead. There you go. The
Learn
more you
something
know.
new. Yeah, learn something new. There we go. How about a phone charm with them? Phone charms? That'd be nice. Hello.
I'd put it with shungite and amber phone charms.
Oh.
I've spoken briefly to Marie about the potential of us having shungite here, so watch this space. It might happen in the future, you never know.
Oh. Oh. That's an interesting combination.
That'd be beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely would. Now I'm going to leave those there with you. What am I going to sneak in next? Oh, there's nothing. There's nothing in box number 14. No. Oh, we've already done that one. Kikoki.
So you have to tap dance now instead.
No, I have no box number 12 because I've actually popped this one back into box number 12. Right, let's try number 11. Okay, yes, we've got something there. Hooray! So I have got the connector. We've had one like this already, which was in the cognac. Now it's the cherry. Cherrylicious.
Could connect them together, couldn't you?
Yes. Beautiful colour on the back. Well, on the front, sorry. And then you've got this section here with the design on the back. So it could be a secret little thing for you. I'm kind of thinking this looked nice with a Buddha head.
Oh, it so would.
Yeah.
That would be magnificent.
Because it's almost like a lotus leaf, isn't it? It's almost...
It does have that kind of idea to it. We've had some dream capture charms recently as well, which I've managed to miss every single time, unfortunately, but they would be lovely as well.
Boo boo. So limited amount of these as well, unfortunately. Size-wise, it's 43 by 16 millimetres. Again, it's that incredible, intense, rich colour that you're getting with the Baltic Amber. Beautifully done, smoothness to it, not got the inclusions on the surface as you would expect with one of the lighter ones. The smaller ones do. The smaller ones, because they're slightly lighter, you are seeing those inclusions, which I think is actually really quite charming. And for £14.95, that would make a perfect bracelet, wouldn't it? Earrings, bracelet. It's just magical. Now I'm going to shine this so you can actually see.
Gives you a hint of the tone, doesn't it? It's
Yeah.
lovely.
But look, I love the fact the smaller ones have that, the sun spangles as well. So beautifully done, beautifully done. You've got to love amber. It's one of the most magical gemstones, isn't it?
It is.
The fact that someone actually many years ago created an entire room of amber, and you can just imagine by candlelight how amazing that would be. Can you imagine?
When I get my time machine built, I'm going to have to add that onto my list, as well as seeing Jimi Hendrix at the Isle of Wight Festival in 1970.
Yeah.
69, 70. I think we'll have to go and see the Amber Room. I'll just pop by.
Yeah, we've got to get invited to the actual, whatever party is taking place there at the time. So we need to
I'm
at least be...
that the time travel machine might have like a spatial thing as well, so we could just sort of whiz in when nobody was looking, light a couple of candles, enjoy yourselves, and make sure the candles are out first, and then go home.
I'm liking this time machine.
Yeah, it sounds good, yeah?
It's sounding more like the TARDIS, but I'm liking this time machine.
I wouldn't have ever said that.
Other time travelling devices are available?
Such as the ship in Legends of Tomorrow and the one in Supergirl. I can't remember what they're called though, but we've referenced them, so it's all good.
And also Time Bandits.
Yeah, that is a cracking film.
What do we have next? Oh, I've got a swirly. An early whirly swirly. Oh, I love these ones. I love these ones because it goes again to that organic nature that it has. It's got beautiful swirls. It flows really nicely. It's got an element of the sea, but at the same time still captures the element of trees and nature and foliage.
I don't think I've seen that one before. That's really lovely.
It is, isn't it? Imagine these as earrings.
Ah, that'd be gorgeous.
Just having a little drop from the bottom.
Or again on the collarbone, connected by
Yes.
chain to one of the bigger drops at the centre maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be really lovely. Really lovely. Now, it should be £12.95, but we're not going to stop there. Why would we want to do that? We don't want to do that, do we?
You don't want to do that.
No! We want to take it lower than £10. £8.95. Definitely get this in your cart. You've still got that one postage and package, so if you've ordered already, just add it to that order. If you haven't already opened your order, open your order. It's brilliant. And don't forget, you do have your 30-day money-back guarantee as well. So I love that. It's just one of those things that if you've never tried us before and you don't know the quality of the goods that we have, you want to have that bit of peace of mind, don't you?
You do, absolutely.
You want to know that if it's not right for you, if you decide, you know what, I don't like amber, I actually prefer a diamond.
Yeah, getting them home and kind of having a look and making that personal choice, absolutely fantastic.
I don't see how you wouldn't like amber, but just saying, if you don't, or if there's anything that you think, you know, I wanted something else instead, no dear, oh, that bill's come in, send it back. Send it back, get a full refund, make sure it is still in the original condition, in all the bags and the packaging for it. And it's just that little bit of peace of mind. I don't think you're ever going to have one of those moments where you want to send it back at all, but it's always there. There's a little bit of security blanket. I've never sent anything back.
Certainly never sent anything that's amber back. It's just too entrancing and beautiful and magical. It's that whole passport through time thing. You know, if you could go back 44 million years and take a photograph of the sun, that's even better.
Yeah. Yeah. It is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And they're so pretty.
It's
They're so
warming as
pretty.
well on a cold day, isn't it? Gives you sunshine where there is none.
Now we've already done box 11, my lovely. Okay. Oh, hello. Oh, I like this one. Do like this one. Isn't that pretty?
That's reminding me of a vintage mirror that used to hang in my great auntie Sis's house.
Oh.
And she lived in one of these sort of pre-Victorian railway houses in Leamington Spa, and it was just the most beautiful, entrancing, almost like a witch's scrying mirror.
Ah.
And that's where it's taking me straight away. That's absolutely stunning.
It has got a vintage feel. I'm thinking Victoriana.
Yeah.
Definitely
Easily.
Victoriana.
And because you have the open apertures within the weaving of the silver work, which is utterly seamless, you can go in with your wire work if you want to. You can embellish that with the microfaceted showcase from earlier.
Oh, nice.
Can you imagine popping the green rutile?
Oh, hello.
Just in the little notches. That would be amazing.
Yeah, it would. £10.95. Again, you think about these prices and you think about the quality of the products that you're getting. You think about the gemstones that are formed, they've just taken millions of years to form. And then you think about £10.95. How can we put a price on history?
It's, yeah, I can't compute that. But that's astonishing. Really, really beautiful piece.
Please do. I mean, go and have a look at the various different locations for your amber jewellery. Go and see what kind of prices other people are charging. You are getting something absolutely exquisite here. You really are. Just, I love amber. Absolutely love amber. It's so unusual. Now, are we squeezing one more in? Everyone's going, yes, there's just enough time. There's just enough time. We can do it. We can do it.
Shoehorn it in.
Shoehorn it. Whoa. Okay, so it's the same design, just mahoosive.
Wow.
Oh, my life. Oh, my life. That's enormous.
That's outstanding. I love it.
It's going to go to the lowest ever price as well. So if you see it, you like it, you love it, grab it. Adam.
Grab it.
It's too late.
Oh, sorry.
Lost the moment. £17.95. You've let me down. You've let me down.
Oh no, we're not at the end of the show.
It's all right. I'll forgive you. You can still have the tarpaulin. It's fine.
Is this anti-weed mat we're discussing?
Yes. Yes. Hold those lines of that. We'll keep dialing through if you haven't already done so. You will be answered as soon as possible, of course. Is it already like... Oh my goodness me. In that case, it is time for me to say huge thank you to you at home. Huge thank you to the gorgeous Jen. When you on again?
I'll be back with you on the 6th of August, and thank you for having me tonight.
6th of August. I'll be back with you again tomorrow on the mid show, so I'll see you at 1 p.m. Goodness me. Do you know what you've got on your...
I saw a sneaky peek, and if you like space...
You'll
that
love
we were
it.
talking about earlier, it is the most amazing.
Thank you very much to every single of you. I'll see you again tomorrow. Love and good night.
And this gives you all the information that you will need to know, from the item code to the product description with all of the key information. Then the price comes on, and whether you join at the beginning or at the end of the offer, everyone pays the final on-screen price. So, when you see an item that you would like to buy, simply pick up the phone and dial our free phone number, and you'll get through to our UK-based call centre. Alternatively, you can join us at www.JewelleryMaker.com and start your jewellery making journey today. JewelleryMaker, the one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs.